Hello and welcome to Crossing the Streams and a very special, cool, and hashtag sponsored, hashtag legal disclosure, hashtag fiscal responsibility, etc. stream for TBH. It's a party game. But before we get to all of that, hashtag sponsored, I do want to say that this stream is also OG hashtag sponsored by you at our Patreon at patreon.com. Thank you for giving us money so we can pay all of the people who do this, and we really appreciate that. If you are looking to sponsor us in the old-fashioned way, sort of before Patreon came around, but after people wanted to stop like buying DVDs and physical media, you could buy some merchandise from us at our store.loadingreadyrun.com. I'm old enough
to throw a stamp on a 20 and stick it in a mailbox.
Yeah. Just see what happens.
The Queen wants her cash back.
Well, we'll slice that 20 into 27 parts.
We'll each have a little bit for Christmas tea.
Yes. But realistically and actually, let me get to say this is a sponsored stream because tonight we are playing TBH, which is stands for To Be Honest. It is a party game, and it is on Kickstarter right now. So you can go, and it's already funded. So you're basically just pre-ordering a copy of the game at this point. It's actually way overfunded. So a lot of other people have already bought copies of the game. But the Kickstarter ends on Friday. So if you like what you see here, you can check it out there. And we also have from the TBH team, we have Sarah McHenry, who's who's in chat, and she is here to answer your questions about the rules or the game or the Kickstarter or whatever. So if we have any issues, we can ask her, and she is here. So everybody be very kind to her. So hooray!
Yeah,
we got our judge ready.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the FTC is probably satisfied with all the hashtag sponsored coverage that we've done.
Yeah.
At this point.
I don't know about I'm Canadian, so I'm like doubly afraid of them.
Is there an upper limit to like how much disclosure we can do?
You get to it where they find it offensive. They're kind of like, okay, I think you're just trolling now. Like,
once you get up to 99, it loops all the way back around.
Yeah, that's just public indecency after a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, without further ado, on this hashtag sponsored hashtag stream, let's actually get to the game.
Hooray!
Here it is.
All right. Beige, we told you to go first.
Oh, good. Yes, that's right. The game's straightforward because all I have to do, I'm going to zoom in here for myself because it's easier for me to read. But the game's pretty straightforward because all we do is take 2 dilemma cards and then, whoa.
What?
I hit the wrong key, but apparently you can just spin stuff for efforts.
What key are you pressing?
R rotates stuff. Don't do that.
I want to point out that we are playing a digital version of this game. The Kickstarter is for a physical version of the game.
Right.
This is a sort of demo digital version that the developers put together.
Yeah. I like that I initially start by trying to break things. So we draw 2 cards. So I'm going to use this one and the one that's on top here, and then we flip them. And on the cards are dilemmas. And because I get to go first, I believe I just have... Is it up to the person who goes first who has a sole choice, or do we have to decide?
Yeah. No, it's
You get to choose.
Sweet. So my dilemmas are, you are given a pet dragon. It's adorable and loves you, but whenever it farts, it poofs out a flame that scorches something in your house. Do you keep your gassy little guy? And the other one is... Your favorite childhood cereal offers you a 10-year supply, but you have to eat at least 1 small bowlful for breakfast 5 days a week for that whole time. Do you accept? I'm going to take the cereal question.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, please read us our question.
All right. Your favorite childhood cereal offers you a 10-year supply.
You put it in the in place.
Yep, there we go. So, 10-year supply. But you have to eat at least 1 small bowlful for breakfast 5 days a week for that whole time. Do you accept?
Okay, I have a question. Does it taste as good as when I was a kid?
I mean, it's your favorite. And so whatever has happened to your taste buds since then, like, let's say Fruit Loops was my favorite. It was the one that was kind of the hardest to come by, so it kind of turned out to be my favorite. So in the case of like Fruit Loops, for me, a 10-year supply of Fruit Loops is like, oh, well, this will be just as sugary and just as like full of whatever else. And probably have it'll be like the Fruit Loops that's available today, which probably is like more sugary. So yeah, it will be what is available now, and probably be as like intense or more intense possibly, because you know how they ratchet that stuff up.
Yeah.
I have to assume that like if your favorite was like C-3POs, you'd just be doing everybody a favor by acquiring like, or Mr. T or Rubik's Cube cereal or whatever.
You're
Chew
bringing
those
back-
little tiny cubes.
You're bringing them back.
Right?
I have
Okay.
a question.
All right.
All right, here's my question. Is there any kind of allowance in the contract for, say, I go traveling for like 2 weeks and I can't be at home to eat or do I have to take cereal with me?
You must eat it for 5 days a week. It's not saying that you have to eat, like, it's like you can't eat a 5-day supply in one go and then take off for like 6 days. I think you have to bring one small bowlful of you worth of it and have one small bowlful of it for 5 days of the week. So if we were at PAX, you'd have to pack cereal.
Wow. Okay.
Purchase it
okay.
there, I
All
guess.
right. So each of us puts either a yes or no in our little colored center thing, and then the rest of us, I think because there's more than 5 players, we get 3 votes.
Yes, you have to guess on 3 different people about what they'd vote. And I see that people are already like putting in votes now.
So it specifically says favorite childhood cereal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to be the thing we enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it has to be the thing that it has to be your favorite when you were a child.
A literal child.
I had awful taste as a kid.
I had great
Right?
taste as a child. All right. Oh, this is hard. I'm like the last person guessing here. All right. Who would...
So Ian is yellow.
Yes. Corey is blue.
Yes.
Wheeler is purple.
Yes.
Beige is pink.
Okay.
Kind of magenta-y.
And I'm orange.
Leaving Matt as the orange.
If you get your votes in late, you're spoiling things.
Yes,
How much cereal are they front loading to you?
like you're getting a 10-year supply.
But are you getting it all at once, or are they doling it out over
Good
time?
question.
Oh, it's over time, because there isn't a box of cereal in the market that could last for 10 years. But they want you to be like, they're like, you have to eat it, and it's irresponsible of a cereal company or any food provider to give you food that you would be unable to eat at the 10-year. Like, if you get it today and it's like, I can't eat it then, it's like, no, we're gonna just, don't worry. Every month or every 6 weeks, we're gonna send you.
You get a case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you better go buy a scale or something, because you're gonna have to measure this out to make sure you have the right serving every time.
Here's a question. Do I have to use it as cereal? Like, can I, like, what if I got Rice Krispies, for example, and I could perhaps make some sort of treat and then eat that equivalent for some days? Maybe even eat extra cereal, you know?
I feel a little disappointed that your favorite childhood cereal is Rice Krispies.
No, it's not. I didn't want to give it away.
Right.
That's a dummy cereal that works with this phenomenon.
Okay,
this
I see what
scenario.
you're saying, though. You do have to eat one small bowlful for breakfast, so as long as the amount fits in a small bowl, and it's technically you're eating it for breakfast, a Rice Krispie treat, I think, would count.
Oh, I don't eat till 2 p.m. Own cereal company.
Yeah.
Whatever counts as breakfast in your house.
I do like that Kathleen's question kind of also just reads like a kid trying to convince their parents about getting them like, so let's say this is breakfast food, but then we just add marshmallows. I mean, it's still breakfast, right?
right?
Yeah.
So technically, I could have Rice Krispie squares for breakfast. Sounds good to me, Mom.
Yeah.
I just like to imagine that someone from the company has to come down and observe you every day.
I mean,
It's like kitchen stories.
there might be like maybe you have to make a report.
Oh.
I don't know how they keep track of this. Like it seems to
Someone
me,
from the company has to observe you.
You're
That's
right,
your
because
decision to make.
yeah, because you have to eat at least one small bowlful for breakfast for that whole time, and it's like if I just say it, I don't think that counts. I think they need to know. So it's either a person has to watch, or there has to be like a camera, or I just have to like eat it. Like I have to get on a Zoom call every morning with like Ted in marketing, and he's like, "Hey, morning Beach." I'm like, "Morning Ted." Fruit Loops. I've done my Fruit Loops. He's like, "Show me the bowl. Open your mouth." Yeah, okay, you're done.
I gotta imagine after some amount of time, Ted is going to treat it more like a parole officer of like, you wouldn't lie to me, would you?
No, Ted, no.
Now, how is the bowl, Beach?
Yeah, as the bowl, staying on top of things.
No, you got to say the phrase. How did it
is
taste?
Magically
Sorry, are you gonna say, and then I ate the bowl?
There we go.
Okay, yeah, Ted, then I ate the bowl.
Yeah.
It's
And one day you skip
great.
breakfast and they send Dog the Bounty Hunter after you.
Yeah.
Dog the breakfast hunter.
I like how this has changed from being like, congratulations, you get to get your favorite cereal, to like a parole kind of
punishment.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You've been sentenced.
I'm going to move things forward here. Have we got all the guesses in?
Looks like we have.
Do we only vote 3 times?
Yes, only 3
Yes.
times.
Oh, yoink.
Who's going to be flipping cards? Like, let's say we start at Beach. You can just flip all the cards on your location, and then we kind of go around.
Yeah, I think so. So we'll start with me, and then I guess it goes to Matt, and then Wheeler, and then Kathleen, and Ian, and then Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if I understand correctly, I click on my card, and then I hit F, and everything flips over.
I don't think it'll flip everything.
One thing flips forward.
Oh, it only flips one thing over. Okay. So I said no, I would not.
Oh.
Oh.
No, because my favorite cereal, if it was, I'm pretty sure it was Fruit Loops, I would probably die because I wouldn't be eating anywhere near the amount of fiber I'm supposed to be eating in a day. And,
Woo! 2 points.
2
One
points.
On the
point.
board.
Isn't it 1 point?
You get
Or is
one
it
No,
for
it's 2 stars.
because there's a star open here, and there's also
Oh.
that star, but you can also just count the star in the middle of the thing because it matches. I think you're supposed to count this star and the star
You
down.
are.
Correct.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good job.
And also, you can't see my mouse on the screen. I don't know why I was circling shit. So
So, but the premise here is that the more people guess on a particular person, the less points those guesses are worth.
correct.
Sarah in chat says that you can hold down shift to select multiple cards and then flip them.
Oh, cool.
Nice. All right. So my favorite cereal growing up was Raisin Bran because I'm one of those heathens that enjoys raisins in food. And I said, I believe, no, because I've tried returning to Raisin Bran.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened to me.
Careful.
It just kind of tastes like ash in my mouth a bit.
Were you eating post Raisin Bran as a child eating Kellogg's Raisin Bran today or vice versa? Maybe they're different.
Are there different ones?
There are different ones.
Raisin Bran styled Raisin Bran is what I was eating.
All right.
Come on, Matt. Not all bran is the same.
Ah!
Good job.
Oh.
I figured Matt would be far too sensible to sign up for 10 years of cereal.
Also, I
points for
just
you,
don't.
Kathleen.
I don't have breakfast anymore, so you know.
Look, I've already proved that's not a problem if you want free stuff.
I have 6 boxes of the same cereal in my cupboard right now. 6 boxes.
That's why I thought you'd go for it.
Yeah, but no, my
6
childhood cereal.
boxes?
Yeah.
Of what?
Fiber One honey clusters. Like I say, if I don't eat properly, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my little life that I have
Sorry.
left.
That sounds like a munition, not a cereal.
Fiber One honey clusters.
Yeah.
It's a fiber bomb for your colon. That's what it is. It's like 48% of your daily intake.
Just a depth charge.
Yeah, the battleground of your
chart.
body.
God.
You get 100% of your fiber if you just swallow the small end of a piece of floss.
Talk about a colon broom, yeah.
Wheeler!
All right. Well, my choice in cereal for favorite cereal as a kid was Corn Bran cereal.
Ooh,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Quaker
yeah.
one. Yeah, the little like square things. Because I wasn't allowed. I was already a fat kid. I didn't need the Trix Rabbit to help me out with any of that. So I got Corn Bran, which is pretty good, and that's just good value. So I said yes, absolutely,
Okay.
no doubt. I'm curious. So it's Shift. Shift lets me do. Oh my god, it does. Wow,
It respects conventions.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa, Corey, good job.
congratulations.
You sounded a bit reluctant when we were talking about it, which is why I said no.
Yeah, because Corn Bran is always on sale and cheap, and like, what a way to relive your childhood is Corn Bran. That's not exactly something characteristic of, youthful whimsy.
No.
Well, unless you're in Iowa.
You right?
Or you're Ian.
Yeah.
I do enjoy cornbread, but it's not a favorite.
Wow.
Okie dokie. So because I got 2 people got goofed, I go up to 2. Is that correct?
No, you don't get any
No?
points for people guessing wrong. You'd only get points for your correct guesses.
Oh,
Looks like
my
Corey
apologies.
gets 2 points for that one.
Yes.
Right.
And I've moved myself up already.
Oh, damn. She's flying.
Oh.
This is unbelievable.
So much like you, Wheeler, like my favorite childhood cereal, because I grew up in New Zealand, and either New Zealand just didn't have the same varieties of North American sugary cereals in the mid to late 80s, or my parents didn't buy them and told me they weren't available. Like I don't know. This wasn't a thing that I knew that existed until I got to Canada. So my favorite childhood cereal is Weetabix, which I still buy and still eat. So of course I went for a 10-year supply of something I'm already buying.
Holy crap.
Whoa. Are you how many squares are we talking here?
I could eat a small bowl would be 1 square a day. I mean,
Do you put anything on it?
yeah. Okay, so this is the disgusting Kathleen hot slime method of eating breakfast. But you take your Weetabix and you pour milk all over it, and then
Disgusting.
I know. Then you put it in the microwave and you nuke it so it gets warm and there's no texture. And you put a little tiny sprinkle of sugar on top, and then you eat that, and it's like hot wheat slime.
Yeah. That's oatmeal, baby.
What a laborious method of consuming sludge.
I'm just so glad you didn't say Sunny D or something like that. Like, I just lost my mind.
That would make it break down even faster, I'm sure.
I'm glad the step isn't leave it on the counter until the milk reaches room temperature.
Okay. Blood and Bullet says that's what I do. Bracket also from New Zealand. Maybe this is some sort of maybe if people are from New Zealand in chat could maybe it's just some sort of national delusion that we all engage in. So anyhow, hey, good job, Matt.
Oh, damn.
Oh, thank you. I actually guessed right there. I thought I guessed wrong.
I had assumed that you wouldn't want this because your favorite childhood cereal was actually just a punishment. And then you confirmed it and you were into it, so...
Well, let me tell you how that continues in this particular direction.
Oh, no.
we had things that said favorite cereal, and I thought, great, 10 years of grape nuts. And then I reread the question. And it was...
I like how
10 years
everybody was thought that they knew what Ian would say too.
Yeah.
Then I realized that it's unfortunately my childhood favorite cereal was shredded wheat. Not mini wheats, not frost. No, shredded wheat. It's like Weetabix, but in stick form, and it looks like a bale of hay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want 10 years of that because I don't want to vomit every morning, and not just because of the cereal I'm eating, but just because I'm eating in the morning, and that's bad for me.
Yeah.
So I said no. Now, what does
Okay.
that do for the rest of you?
Oh, I think I got it wrong then.
Now, that means. Good try, everyone. I do like saving money. I don't like eating in the morning.
No, I thought it was because you had something incredibly boring as a child.
I did.
And that you've been like all over being like, shit, I get to have that again?
I painted all the people I thought would do something disgusting as incorrect, apparently. And everyone I thought that would be sensible decided to be like, oh, hell yeah. Let's load up.
Corporations already.
I
try to tell
knew
me what
all
to
of
do in
this
the morning.
information, and I thought you would still go with yes.
Oh,
He's a wily one.
I mean, that's why I asked that question about how much I get front-loaded cereal-wise, because I'm breaking that contract pretty quickly.
Yeah.
All right, so Fruit Loops.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Follow
I've
your
done this
nose.
before.
Yeah.
I've had a year of forced breakfast, and it was like, yep, Fruit Loops every day.
wait.
Yep.
You've had a year of forced breakfast?
Yeah, sometimes adults make you eat things in the morning.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, I thought you meant like recently.
No.
Like
Okay.
a saw
No,
situation.
this was
We call those people wardens.
15 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see how we do. Oh,
Yes.
I'm easy.
Ian's on the board.
All right. I get 2 as well.
I just
Uh,
figured that you would have been eating something that you didn't like back then.
Hey, I think
So,
that's
question
the
for Sarah: is there a way to put all the cards back in their homes?
I mean, I'm just dragon.
That might be the simplest thing, I guess, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of hoping all the questions aren't going to be stuff about childhood memories, because otherwise this could be a long stream.
Yeah, but
Well-
people, we're learning so much about each other and our normal and our horrible breakfast habits.
Like, that was really great. I was really surprised at how great that was.
Yeah.
Good advice from Sarah here for this next round. Let's flip our answers after we flip the guesses for more drama.
Drama. So I am going to read both of these off. You're a superhero flying home from a hard day of heroing. You see your elusive nemesis, Ultra Badman, from those animes, taking their twin toddlers for a walk. Do you start something, or a new YouTube series is casting for participants? I might know some people that could participate there. If you stay overnight in a... Okay.
Wait,
Being
Matt, can you move
creepy?
it to the other side so we can see that one? Yeah, thank you.
Honestly, Matt just needs to look at them and pick one to
That's
read.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creepy Ben. Well, I think I'm going to choose the YouTube one just because it'll be interesting. We're all YouTube people, unfortunately. It'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see just how we actually break down on this.
Okay.
There are definitely multiple found footage horror movies with this exact premise.
Yeah. So, to say it all clearly at
Yeah.
once, a new YouTube series is casting for participants. And if you stay overnight in a creepy abandoned hospital, alone, but filmed the whole time, you'll be paid a lovely $240.
Canadian or US?
Yeah, that was the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unspecified, so I'm going to say British pound.
Oh,
Oh,
There is an actual dollar sign there, though. Like,
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's not pound sign, I guess.
yeah. So, what, New Zealand dollars?
Australian dollar. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's say Australian bucks.
All right.
So I get to go to Australia to film this?
Do they have any creepy hospitals there?
Creepy hospitals are just associated
Naturally
with
occurring.
mankind.
Wait a
Well, then
minute.
yeah.
I think we screwed ourselves.
How big is the channel that this YouTube series is going on to, or is this like a funded by YouTube thing that goes on YouTube Originals?
I'm going to say either way, it doesn't matter, because if it's a small channel, you're still getting paid the same amount. And if it's a large channel, it's a good networking opportunity.
But that's my question.
Yeah.
Is this a large channel with like millions and millions of viewers? Is this like a YouTube series for YouTube originals, which will have some number of viewers? I have no idea how that even works. Or is it for a smaller channel that is just trying to do some collab work?
I'll call it as it is a smallish channel like Urban Explorer channels, and there's so many out there trying to vie for market share. So you'll get a little bit of networking maybe, but not a ton.
In an Australian
like
creepy
D-level.
abandoned hospital.
Yeah.
Hi, Ian Horner, loading ready to run. Question for you. Is this a case where I need to be conscious and looking around, or can I just sleep in one of the beds overnight?
It says that you can do whatever you want, so
Rad.
you could like break windows if you want.
In my
It'll be good
sleep.
content if you do that.
And get paid?
Yeah.
Australian windows?
I've already put my thing down, Kathleen, so it doesn't matter.
I'll put
do
it
they?
back.
Is travel covered, and will there be craft services?
They pay your way for travel.
Oh.
What about way back?
Well, round trip.
Okay.
And obviously, your hotel is the abandoned hospital.
Right.
There is no daily stipend for food, though.
And I'm just there for one night.
Yeah, just for one night.
Do I have to go home immediately after?
Yeah, flexible bookings.
If you're willing to pay for more days.
Oh.
And
but-
pay the fee for changing your booking on the airline.
But it's free if we stay in the abandoned hospital
Yeah.
for multiple nights.
The
Or
base
do we
ticket.
only have to stay in the abandoned hospital for one night?
It just says one. It's just one night.
Okay. So here's a question. When you say alone in the hospital, there's like actually alone, and then there's I'm being filmed alone, which is a lot of people.
Or it could be GoPro alone.
I think you're the one filming.
No, you are filmed the whole time. So it's a mix of GoPro in corners and stuff, and a couple handy cams.
They put a bunch of GoPros on rats.
Oh, is this like a scary show, or is this like a Gaki no Sky New Year's Eve? We're gonna do some shit show. Like, is it for fun?
Let's see. They're selling it as creepy, so I think they're trying to go for creepy.
Okay. I feel you. I've got my answer locked in, and I've put my guesses down.
I put my guesses down before we got there. So
Fully locked.
all
I'm
right.
locked in.
Yeah, I'm
We need Kathleen's answer, and I think that's basically it.
Pichao.
Normally people put their answer first, but you're a revolutionary girl.
Who knows what I want? Not even me.
Yeah. So, I believe I'm going to reveal people's guesses first.
Yeah.
Why did
Oh.
you say yes?
Because you seem like the kind of person who would take advantage of a YouTube opportunity like this to make content. You're all about making that good content.
You say that in such an intriguing way.
I agree with Ian. You seem down to clown in a hospital
With a
by
murderous
yourself
clown.
at night.
Hey, if it's free.
Ah,
Got him.
good job.
So that's
Perfect.
3 points for
Wow.
me.
The only thing in my mind that will really suck is the 2 days worth of airplane travel.
That is not great. It's true.
Yeah.
What if you got another YouTube channel to film the flight?
Oh,
Well,
monetize
that's just
everything.
LRR work, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wheeler.
Let's see. if people realize, okay.
Mixed bag. Mixed
Got
bag.
a yes and a yes from Ian and Beej, which might bode well for how I voted for them. And I got a no from Kathleen. Kathleen, why do you think I'm curious. Why do you think I wouldn't be there?
Well, one, I had to pick somebody to be a no,
Got it.
and because I've got to make 3 guesses, but also because I feel like you would be the most sensitive to being exploited. You'd be like, this seems like it might be exploitative. No, I'm not. You know, you might be
Well-
doubtful.
My answer was yes, because God no, take my image and run it through the mud. That's $230 for sleeping.
Australia.
I'll take it.
140.
Yeah, and I wanted to go to Australia last year, but and God,
Right?
the worst part was the flight. I mean, if that's covered, even for just one of us, that's great.
Yeah. All right. I had 4 people guess on me, which is very exciting. But not for your points, I suppose. But what did you all think? Oh, all right. So 3 yeses and a no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ian, why did you think I would not do this?
You're an extremely busy person, Kathleen, and I think that going out of your way for 3 full days for just $240 for an unknown YouTube channel is not worth your time.
But I get a free flight to Australia, and I get to turn it into a vacation. And ghosts aren't real. So
I know you love Australia, and I know that you believe that ghosts aren't real.
so
So does that mean a single point for those of us who guess yes?
yes.
Yes.
I think I locked in my answer before the Australia thing came in and just plain forgot.
Ah,
That's exactly
Right.
what a ghost would say.
We've got a couple people here on me. Let's hold down shift, and they are divided as to whether or not I would go on this adventure. And it's really easy answer. The answer is yes, I would. I will absolutely sleep in a creepy house for $240.
I just assumed that you didn't have time. I was like, you'd be like, I would go, but I don't have time to take off work to go do this for $240.
At night? No, that's fine.
I didn't think you'd sleep.
You gotta get there.
That's
and you gotta
that's a
come
whole
home.
hospital full of free stuff.
Like 200 is you've crossed the threshold for this is now possibly worth my time.
Okay, fair enough. Travel included. I guess that's not bad.
Yeah.
But not food.
Really,
That's what the 200's for.
realistically, they're paying you like $4,240 if they're flying you to Australia. And
Yeah,
back.
honestly, this was locked in back when it was just a hospital, no location necessary.
What are the laws about bringing back like old medical equipment on planes?
I believe they're called international laws.
Yeah. They have
I mean,
rules
this is
on
Australia.
they have rules on biodiversity bringing stuff into Australia. Nothing about if you take it out.
I think if you want to take a ghost out of Australia, they're not going to stop you.
I
There's
don't believe
lots
ghosts
of
are invasive species.
lots of dead angry people from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see what people think of me.
You're down to clown, right?
What?
Not enough money,
Oh,
and I hate the way hospitals smell.
Oh,
Fair. Ammonia and all of that.
Not enough money.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay.
wow.
I guess you just don't love Australia.
All right. I moved my extra 2 pips for Wheeler's answer a couple minutes ago. So if anyone was asking about that, because I forgot to do that, I scored the points. I was like so happy that I scored points. I forgot to actually record them. Let's see what everyone thinks of what I would do. Whoa. Most people think I would not do this. That's okay. And then Kathleen thinks, well, Kathleen's the one alone. So Kathleen, why do you think I would do this?
Because it's a trip to Australia.
That's true. And I love free trips to places. I just don't have the time. I cannot be bothered right now
Wow.
for a trip and $240. It's like, no. And for a small YouTube thing, no, I don't think. If there was like, if I could sell our merch, then maybe.
I love
You just wear your merch throughout the night.
this.
Oh
This is
shit! I could have been branded the whole night. Oh!
But Beach, you just have to take your shirt off for your loading ready run tattoo to show
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I
with the store link on it.
This truly shows the duality of content creators. Either it's like a job's a job, or it's like I'm too busy. I can't. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got vacation days I can use for this too.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Double
Yeah.
paid.
Good point.
Eh.
Well, I can't wait till we get to like go to Australia again, eh?
Let's
Saw a
say
video
a
of-
lot when we go there, so they know we're Canadian.
Yeah. They'll know that
They
we
like
haven't been
that.
vaccinated yet. Boy, that's taking its sweet time.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Wheeler, pick us a dilemma.
Delightful dilemma.
Saw a beautiful video today of a neighborhood in Australia just absolutely coated in Corella cockatoos.
Okay.
Magical.
You're at a work potluck. Your office nemesis has spent all week bragging about their homemade cookies. You see evidence that they bought the cookies at a bakery. Do you bring this up?
I have a question. How drunk am I?
You're a tipsy plus.
Tipsy plus?
Yeah.
Like, do you mean, do I announce it in front of everybody, or do I just go around and be shitty to people individually? Like, just be like, you know, they bought this at a bakery, right?
I think that's a personal choice, isn't it?
That
What
is
do you
why
say
I'm
here?
asking. Like,
Yeah.
when it says brought this up, do I bring it up in that way?
It's not like you go up to the front and go, everybody stop partying. I have an announcement to make. But you do, in a conversation, like say it's you, them, and like three other people, you will bring it up in front of other people.
I
I mean,
see.
if Kathleen spent the whole night bragging about her cookies, and then
And then they tasted just like Save-On cookies.
or Subway cookies,
People love Subway cookies, though.
Yeah.
yeah, but I know Kathleen didn't make them. I detected a distinct odor of a Subway upon these white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
Yeah, they smelled like weird bread.
Why do these
Well-
cookies smell like yoga mats?
Look, everybody loves Subway cookies. Do you know that you can like look up their recipe online and recreate it right down to the off-gassing plastics?
Wow.
It's a preservative.
At a place I worked at, the cookies that were brought in were basically just the Subway cookies. And the people who were the clientele loved them. We could not keep them in plates scattered around for people to take. Like, we could not keep stocked up.
The floor is soon to close for questions.
This
Please
feels
put in your
very
answers.
scruples. Like, it's like, am I that kind of person? Because I sometimes feel like it, but sometimes don't.
It's the call of the void, you know?
Right?
You
Yeah.
have to tell us if you are.
I mean, we'll find out.
I think I'm pretty solid on my choices here.
I like how we're all deliberating.
Yeah.
This is like the other ones have been kind of like, oh, easy, and this one's like, oh, but I do work with people who would probably pull this kind of shit.
Wow.
This is a petty matter, which means it's very important.
I thought you knew me, Beach.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I want to think about it. I mean, it's your office nemesis, which is the hard part, because I don't think any of us work with our nemesis. So that's
Yeah, I just want to know who's everyone's nemesis is.
Oh, I'm an adult. I don't have that kind of
Yeah.
cartoony relationship with anybody I've ever worked with.
yeah. I don't have the time to have problems with people.
Yeah.
I don't care enough to have a nemesis.
I have worked with people though who like actively decided that they like did not like me for no reason. Right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
said
I
so
mean-
to your face.
The reason was that they were bad at their jobs and I had to stop them from being bad at their jobs. Which, as you know, I'm not a very tactful person, so it's probably, legitimized at some point.
And they learned about all the different methods of socialization through like 80s and 90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Of like, ooh, I hate them. They're my office enemy.
I like him. He's my office husband.
That's my husband away from my husband is what I say. Hey, how you doing? All right, we all submitted.
Yes, please.
Groovy. So I believe, starting with the people that voted on me. 3, 2, 1, flip. Oh,
Bit mixed.
why did it do that one with the other one as well? Hide that one. Hide it. All right, we have 2 yeses and a no. The no coming from Matt, and the yeses coming from Kathleen and Corey. Kathleen and Corey, I gotta ask, why do you think I would say yes?
I think you do it in a really subtle and cutting way because
Exactly.
We'd
all be standing around the snack table, around the buffet, and you'd just be like, those cookies are store-bought.
You just slip it into conversations. You just like a viper putting its fangs in, and you don't even know you've been poisoned, right? Like, I just think that you'd be able to pull it off, honestly.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
The fact that you would do it because you could do it.
Okay. I am something of the Oberyn Martell of Loading Ready Run. My answer was no, because if somebody's lying about this, they got bigger problems. Something's going on here. They don't need anything extra. I don't need to cut someone down that is probably dealing with some other kind of self-worth issue.
I believed in my heart that you would be able to do this in a subtle and sneaky way and make it so that it didn't come back to you.
Oh, for sure. I'd blackmail them outside of this gathering. Why would I do it up front?
Yeah, but like that's what you would do. You would, work a bit more circumspect, right?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for seeing the kind person I am, Matt.
Yeah.
So next up is me. What did you all think? What did everybody think I would do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Another split.
All right. So Ian and Wheeler, why do you think I would not do this?
Well, I suggested that you would.
Oh, sorry, Beige.
Yeah.
I got the colors mixed up. Beige and Wheeler. Why no?
Confrontation.
It's like there's no reason at a potluck, and it's like everyone's here and we're just trying to get along, and you just be like, I don't want to be bothered with this stupid. They're just being like, this person's being a shitbag, but I don't have the energy. It's cookies. I'll key their car, or I'll pop I'll pop the gas cylinder on their chair later or something.
Or just get a promotion instead of them.
That's good too. Yeah, outwork them.
Yeah, I said no, because God, you're right. Who's got time for that?
Yeah.
I didn't drop a yes card, so you got it.
But I figured, so I didn't want to make you justify it.
Oh, that brings it to me then, I guess, in the order. Let's bring it. All right.
Whoa.
3 no's. Well, you know what? Everyone's going to be having a really good time here because, I said no. If I'm gonna take on my nemesis, it's gonna be in a way that's gonna completely effing destroy them outright. I'm not going to half measures with some. Oh, you bought cookies? No.
You're a man of calculated action.
Yeah, you're gonna write them a note, being like, I know you bought those cookies from Subway anonymously, and leave it in their locker, and you're going to just add one every day.
Well, it's also all about consequences. I mean, if you call someone out on their bad cookie choices and the lying about cookies for a potluck, that's going to follow you around for years until that person leaves the company. If you can get rid of them, then there are no consequences.
Just kill them,
What actually I think the best approach, I'm sorry to cut back in here, is you just, a week later, you bring in some cookies to the office and you give them a cookie, and it's a Subway cookie, and you say, oh, I made some cookies last night.
Oh, Jesus, that's real good.
Found this recipe for Subway cookies online.
Yeah.
Or take one of their cookies and then bring it in tomorrow and say, oh, I went and bought cookies. You want one?
All right, let's see what we got. Purple. Wheeler, what's up with this yes?
I thought it would be. I had it in my mind that it would be more of a a leading yes, you know? Like it was like an uncovering, but not being too your business is my business. In hindsight, it may have been a poor choice. But I didn't think it as much as like point and laugh at the cookies as like it's like these are bakery cookies. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't care. I like cookies. So if there's cookies.
Yay, I got 2 points.
Oh, wow. All right, let me zoom in on my board so I can see everything here. All right, select all 3. Let's see what you guys had to say. Let's just ensure that I haven't clicked any other cards. And what did you all have to say about my choice? Oh, okay. So we've got Ian saying no, and Wheeler saying no. No, Corey saying no, and Matt saying yes. Matt, you're the lone standout then. Why do you think I would bring it up?
You love drama. What else is there to say?
I am a shit disturber.
Have you looked at his anime recommendations? So it's clear that he doesn't.
The man welcomes controversy.
Oh, Christ.
I also had to put a yes down. So.
Yeah! No kidding.
Oh,
That's Beach, lover of controversy.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Flip these cards. We've got a yes, a no, and a no. Pink, Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I love drama?
Yes, Matt, I think you love drama. Enough said.
Yeah, enough said. Let's see. I literally forgot what I put. Okay. I put no, and I think I put a sensible no because much like Kathleen, who has the time, and much like Wheeler, whoever's bringing those in and saying that about it, they have a castle of confidence that they're trying to build up brick by brick, and I'm not going to be the earthquake to crack that foundation, you know?
I think we can all admit that what happened here is we all had one yes that we had to put down somewhere.
Yep.
Oh,
We
yeah,
all said
literally.
no.
Yeah.
Have you met us? Of course, we all said no. We're
Canadian.
Like, way too mortified to ever do anything.
I mean, what
But
if
like
what if,
6
what if
years
I,
later, 6 years later, when I'll be drinking a beer, be like, "Do you remember those cookies? Yeah, man. Wow." You know, right?
What a shitbag. Do you remember who it was? No, I don't.
Oh, is it my turn to choose a dilemma this time?
It is.
Oh, excellent.
It is also just about 6. Do we want to stop for our break, or do we want to do this one more question and go on our break?
Let's do
Beige,
go
don't make
on.
me decide anything. It makes me
Hey,
so anxious.
let's do one
Yeah,
more question.
Let's do our one more question then.
All right.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Okay.
Decide which of these you want to do.
All right, hold on. I'll do the oh, okay. That's a really good question, but I'm trying to be a little bit secretive.
Uh-huh.
There are options.
Okay, this one's definitely the better panelist's question. So,
Now, in your panelist voice,
the true panelist's voice belongs to Molly, but I'll do my best. You've been contacted by a medical lab. You can transfer your mind to a fresh, perfectly healthy body that is guaranteed to function for 70 years. All of the body's physical characteristics are chosen at random. Do you choose to mulligan your body?
From
Do
now?
over. From
70
now.
years from now.
Yeah, you get another 70 years.
It says at random.
yep.
How Monster Factory are we calling the sliders here?
Well, I mean, with
No middle sliders.
there's not a slider in real life. Like most humans are sort of built the same way, but you know what they did is they took 100 genetically representative samples because CRISPR technology got really good, and so you're going to be the human. You're going to have literally a little bit of everything, and they're just going to mix together like 100 people from around the world, and we'll see what comes out.
Sort of like those Google Deep Dream things. It's going to be something that looks like a human, but it's not necessarily human that it's ever existed.
Yes, exactly. It's an impossible blend of DNA, but it's all human DNA. They're not going to slip any chimpanzee in there or anything like that. Like you're 100%
Oh,
human.
let me change this then.
But what if I want
Fucking
bigger
stronger.
teeth?
Their theory, well, there's no guarantee, but their theory is that only the best characteristics will come out. They hope.
Okay.
So, or we'll find out what two things really shouldn't be mixed and matched together.
Second question for you, Kathleen. Actually, and this is an important one. It says that it is a body that will live healthily and function for 70 years.
Yes.
Am I hopping into an adult body or am I hopping into a child body of any sort?
No, you get 70 years because they mix up your DNA, they screw it around in an egg, and then a baby grows, and then they put your consciousness into that baby, I guess.
So I've got a baby, and I've got to go through childhood and through puberty again.
Yes. You have
Okay.
to. You get 70 years start to finish.
Good. To
It's like a
know.
reverse
Yeah.
Benjamin Button.
God, just processing that.
I'm just gonna
Benjamin Betten.
just qualify like any
Yeah.
coming of age story as a reverse Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
And the wizard Merlin, who, as everyone knows, was a reverse Benjamin Button.
It says that these physical characteristics are all chosen at random.
Yeah.
They just shit the test tube a lot. Don't worry about it.
Well, the issue is, and maybe tell me, we can, and just basically do an if we're not going to have this discussion. Can I consider this body to be gender affirming for me?
Yes.
Okay, I understand then.
Yes.
The film Boyhood. A reverse Benjamin Button story told over 17 years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite proud of that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Can you imagine 7-Up, but every 7 years the people like just rotated bodies?
Oh God.
Is there something called 7-Up that is
Oh, yeah, no, it's
beyond the
a-
refreshing beverage?
Yes, it's a long-running series of
shoot.
documentaries out of the UK where the person interviewed 7 people every 7 years.
Yeah.
I forgot to do my own votes. Crap.
So
I was
there's-
so worked up in the scenario. Give me a second here.
There's 7 up, 14 up, 21 up, 28 up. They basically every 7 years they change the title slightly,
Yeah.
and he catches up with as many of them as he can. And over the years, some have dropped off.
But a significant amount have stayed with it, and it's fascinating because of that.
There's 7-Up, heads down, thumbs up.
Yeah. I found out about it by editing from Rewatch with Love because I think one of the filmmakers of 7-Up, the series,
Yes.
worked on a Bond film as well.
Ah,
All right, I've made all my guesses.
Looks like everyone's got the right number of cards left.
All right, so it looks like Wheeler and Corey guessed on me.
Yep.
And you guys both, Wheeler guessed no and Corey guessed yes. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. Does anybody want to justify why they picked their choices?
Well, you always wanted to be a baller. Just a little taller, maybe bigger muscles.
you also really like Ghost in the Shell.
That's true.
That I kept that in mind, but the randomness I felt would steer Kathleen off. The uncertainty.
No, it's because I've seen it's because I really do really like Ghost of the Shell, and I think it's like bad, and I think you shouldn't want what Makoto has. Oh, deep thoughts time, but no, I think that would be inherently selfish and horrible to use up an entire another lifetime's worth of resources for myself. That's awful. I would not do that. On that note, Ian.
Yeah.
Let's see what everyone else picked first. And flip it. Okay. 3 yeses and 1 no. Well, let's ask the detractor. Kathleen, why did you say no? For me specifically.
I just think that, you would be put off by having to be a child, right? I don't think that you'd enjoy being 9, honestly.
You love beer too much?
Yeah.
The rest of you, any thoughts for the yeses?
Yes.
you get to be that cool kid that drinks beer at 9 years old.
because your technical birth date, right, goes back quite a distance. So you'd be one of the only kids in school who was born in the 80s. I mean, you wouldn't have to go to school. That's the thing. Like, you would already, if you knew everything, you just have to kind of get through the.
Like, you're still legally yourself.
Yeah, you're just going through the developmental cycles of getting back to a point where whatever. But now you're like, I'm a 5-year-old with a stogie and a snifter, you know, like that kind of thing.
God.
Which would be, I think you do that just because it's comedy. But I think you'd also just enjoy the experimentation factor of this.
You could be
love the
young
fact it's like,
Sheldon.
I want to try something new, something different, and I can do this with my body. Why not? This will be amazing.
That's terrifying. The idea that if you're a kid, you get hyper accelerated through the education system because you're so far ahead. But eventually, they're going to realize that once I plateau at like a 2 years of college dropout, that they're going to be all that pressure. That I'm just disappointing people. God.
Oh, no, honestly, go back through high school knowing what I know now and the dating scene, the fashion scene, I could kill.
Yeah.
Because it's all about just having confidence, and I have that now because I'm 40 years old, and I'll keep that.
Yes.
I will own middle school.
You'll beat them all up.
We're gonna factor out the fact that most of us have partners, I think, in this situation, right? Like,
Oh yeah, this is just about me.
yeah, good.
I do want to say, though, as somebody who is perhaps precocious and had a large vocabulary at a young age, children don't appreciate that.
No,
No,
they
they
don't.
do not.
No, they don't.
They do
No.
not.
No.
Hostile.
Yeah.
Very hostile.
I don't like people today.
Ian sits alone in his room thinking, I don't understand. I thought late 80s anime TikTok would really take off.
All right. Flip a dip. Okay. Interesting. Let's talk to the nose,
All right.
because I feel that that's more interesting. Beach.
This was a hard pick. Because I was thinking about where I wanted to put cards, and I was just like,
Could have gone anywhere else.
yeah, and just something I was like, I don't think Corey's quite down for the put yourself in a baby's body and get started on that stuff again. You just struck me as like, even though you think that the idea is interesting, it's like you'd spend a lot of time trying to get back up to speed on physicality, I guess. I don't know. That just, yeah. It was kind of a dump situation for me here, Corey. I was kind of like, I don't know if I should give this to you or not, but yeah.
Okay.
I was like, Corey would not agree to this. I think that you would think it was weird, and that being a I just, you know, I don't know. I just think that you would not be down to clown around in somebody else's body, but your body, you know. But maybe you are
All right.
down.
Matt.
You have sports injuries, right?
Yeah,
You could get rid of them.
it's true. All my allergies, all my injuries.
You
all
could
the
eat apples.
Chronic, stupid problems my body has as it slowly wastes away until I die of some disease that my parents have. Ah,
Yeah, holy shit.
spin the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness. All right. My turn then.
Flip those cards.
Let's see. 2 yeses and a no. Wheeler's the odd one out here. Do you have a justification?
Beej, you're a confident man that can shit in the woods by yourself, so I think you'd probably stay the course.
Maybe by yourself.
Well, I mean, he doesn't need someone to find a nice clear patch.
Yeah. That's a very fair read, I think. But Matt and Ian, you said I would do this. Why is that?
You understand the value of compound interest.
Oh,
It's an investment for your future, Beej.
Yeah.
Matt?
Also, you appreciate the value of having skin that produces oil.
Oh, I could roll the dice and end up with that. It's true. It's probably pretty rare that wouldn't happen. My answer is yes, I would do this. Because as you get older, you realize that, boy, if I could just get another 70 years out of an actual healthy body, wouldn't that be amazing?
what?
Who wants to live for another 70 years?
I wouldn't have to live for like. It's not like I'm living to be 110 in a body that's 110. It's like you get to start over, and then you got to live your first 4 or 5 years getting all this motion back and not shitting your pants and whatnot. But then from there on, your brain is fine. You remember all the stuff. Maybe it's worth doing school so you can like reacquaint yourself with knowledge, but maybe it's not worth doing school and just kind of like going and doing whatever and, doing work and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is a fun job. Imagine how fun it would be if I was 5 years old.
Pick up a trade.
Yeah, pick up a trade. Yeah, it's true. Make some actual goddamn money for once. You're right.
With my new body, I can take up woodworking.
Yeah.
So there's
And
your
with a-
yes.
With 140 years under my belt, maybe I can afford an actual house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. We have Beej with a yes. We have Ian with a no. And we have Kathleen with a yes. Ian, you're the odd one out. Why did you say no?
I think as the seemingly youngest person here, I don't think that you want to go through youth again quite so soon.
Fair. And Kathleen, let's say.
I had to
Why
put
yes?
yes down somewhere.
Fair. Beej?
Because I think you get bored sometimes and want something to do.
How is that specifically relevant to this?
Somebody come, you're like, oh god, I could really go for something to do this weekend. It's like, well, we've got a brand new body for you if you want. You'd be like, yeah, why not? I'll do it.
Yeah, sure. My answer is yes.
Ooh.
I'll just rotate that for you.
Yay.
Because I have a decade of experience serving people that gave me an intimate knowledge of what age does to the body.
Oh.
And I fear death every day.
Yeah, you'd get to live to be 100, but your body would only kick out at 70. That's pretty good.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Let's see.
This is a great question.
it is, yeah.
The people that voted for me. 3 no's. This is wild. Why no?
I had to throw a no somewhere.
Okay, great.
I feel like you're at a point in your life where you have some very healthy self-esteem.
All right, great. Not wrong. Ian?
Strongest sense of self.
Okay. Well, congratulations, everybody. I am 6'1", so I'm not going to mulligan.
Hey.
I'm perfect the first time.
You won the genetic lottery.
Yep. Dying at 84, but 6'1", not bad.
You're going to need a non-standard coffin.
Coffin. There's plenty of oceans, bud.
Yeah, I was just thinking he's burial at sea. I just bet.
Not a Tibetan sky burial?
No.
Grind me up
the
and
oceans. The
Pour
oceans
me
where I
into a
belong.
piece of PVC pipe.
Just put me in a ditch and let me return to the earth and give
Yeah.
something back for once. I'm just so glad I'm not the only no. If you ever want to feel really self-conscious about how different you are to your friends sometimes.
Like, everybody else would trade in their shitty bodies, but I don't want to trade in my good body? What? Why is that a problem?
What if somebody gets really self-conscious because they're the only no because they have all the confidence? And then they're shattered. Sorry, I'm too in my head. You were saying?
Oh, I was saying.
What if they say no because they've already done it?
All right, well, are we going to have ourselves a quick break here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Stick around. Hello and welcome back to Crossing the Streams. Today we are hashtag sponsored, hashtag disclosed, hashtag FCT don't at me. Hashtag, I think hashtag jokes are old and busted, hashtag. But we're playing a sponsored stream because we're playing TBH, which is a game called To Be Honest, and it is on Kickstarter right now, and it's already funded, but you can go order a copy for yourself. You get a physical copy. We're playing a digital copy that you can also check out if you go to the Kickstarter page. You can actually click a little button that says play the game. You will play
We
this.
got the we have the link at the bottom of the screen. Actually, you can follow to.
Yes. Use that one and the one in chat.
That'll also let them know that you came from here.
Yes. Yes.
Engagement.
Tell them Family Lure sent you.
Neat
But
thing about this game, actually, too, this was designed by David Malky, who also does Wondermark and Machine of Death, if you've heard of those. And this is being published by Cut. And other interesting thing, too, is that Trin from the Friendshipping podcast helped write for this game, too.
Yeah.
And we know Trin. She's awesome.
Yeah. She's right here in the chat. And
Yeah.
you can know her too.
She's in the chat. There she is.
Dost thou summon a Trin?
I guess. She's been here a while. Like, hi, Trin.
Yeah.
Hi,
A little while.
Trin.
Oh God, Molly's here too. Hi, Molly. Oh,
Hi,
a
Molly.
whole bunch of names I know.
Yep.
I'm like a 4-year-old child.
I thought, well, I guess you did pick the body thing, so that makes sense.
It's already happening.
Yes.
All right. Let's wait till the sub reads here.
I think I'm having an actual Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
All right. When we last left our heroes, we had just found out that everybody would be upgrading to a new body except me and Wheeler because we're too stubborn. But now it's time for Ian to pick a dilemma.
Correct, and I've already done so during the break, so I'll just slam it down and read it out here for y'all. You can be 2 levels hotter on the 1 to 10 scale, but every time you laugh, it will sound like a car alarm is going off in your throat. Do you do it?
Describe the car alarm. Is it like, boo, boo, boo? Or is it like some sort of fun noise?
Oh, just cycle.
Does it get to the like Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Ian, you already have the superpower.
I think that's the cycle.
It says 2 levels hotter. What if we're a solid 9?
That's,
I mean, at which point you go to instaff.
yeah, you become a godlike hottie, a Robert Redford among men.
Is it like
2000.
You become one of those one of the princes from the Little Mermaid. There, you just can't not.
Oh yeah. Is it like, is the 1 to 10 scale, are we talking like the Star Trek Warp series that you can't ever quite approach a 10 and that
Oh.
Yes, there's a hotness speed limit now because it's causing too much damage to the environment. Everyone
Right,
has to be at 5.5. No, in real, no, wait, that's a real question. No, 10 is the top of the scale. You can reach it, but you can't go beyond it.
Otherwise, the scale is useless.
God.
God, this is
Can't
really
vote for
hard.
myself, eh?
I mean, the only person who hasn't locked in is Wheeler. Right
Yeah,
now.
this is tough.
Oh yeah, I finally don't have to vote.
Actually, it's not. I mean,
Oh,
nobody saw that. Everybody stop.
just come up with a new answer, a new justification.
Right,
These
I'll
things
just-
don't mean anything.
I'll just randomly pick another option.
I was gonna put down that on you before that, so I was already moving it.
God, I don't know.
This is hard.
Very hard.
The thing I'm finding the worst about it is it's like you have to, even though we all know each other, there's still this sense of who do I think here wants to be hotter more than they want the Karlar thing, and is that because I think that they could stand to be hotter?
I'm approaching it as, do they want the car alarm thing? I don't care about the
Exactly.
hotness.
Are you? Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Who
I-
wants to sound like a car alarm?
It's mostly down to the car alarm.
Oh, well, hang on, yeah. I have to take
Oh.
all my cards back. Hang on a second.
Oh no!
Trent says, Bees, you have to remember that being hot isn't just being hot, it's the power that comes with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
you're
responsibility.
Oh, no. Okay, I got to redo my guesses.
Also, is this like a West Coast 10 or like an East Coast 10?
Contextual.
A West
maybe?
Coast 10, because we're on the
Okay.
West Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But you're confident in your answer.
Yeah.
It's a Machu Picchu 10.
You know what? There. Okay, we're gonna do that instead.
has everybody got their guesses locked in?
Mine
Yep.
are. Yep.
Okay.
Is
let's
that
start
everyone?
with-
I don't see yellow.
Oh, I need to do that too then. Shoot. Let's see here.
I found the same thing. I was so concentrating on thinking about the dilemma that I forgot to vote for my round 2.
Gonna say that that's that answer. This answer belongs to this person. And what the heck? Let's go one more in this direction. And it's put on.
Mathematically, I'm the best value, but
Yeah. only one person's gonna get anything out of that potentially.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go. Okay, locked. Let's have a look at what the answers are. Huh. 2 of you said yes, 1 of you said no. The center. Explain yourself.
See, when it got recontextualized as who actually wants to sound like a car alarm when you laugh, I was like, oh, I think Ian is a hard no on this one. That is really the toughest thing. Yeah, he would not want to go for that.
Yeses, any rebuttals?
I think that number one, you're very good at mute button control.
Thank you.
And number two, you would sound closer to a Corvidae bird because they learn and pick up on car alarm noises as their calls sometimes. So you would just really be mimicking them.
Good call.
See, my reasoning was very similar to Beach and was still going to be yes. But this just shows how I don't know Ian super well. But it's funny. After this, it made a hard yes after seeing a bird video that Ian had tagged me in. And then all I could think of was, yes, the mimicking of the car alarm, and thought,
Bird.
birds got to win.
Well, wow. As much as I would kind of like the idea to naturally just honk off like a car alarm, I had to say no. Because honestly, I don't need to be any hotter than I am. It's not going to help me at this stage in my life.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, what about Corey?
perfection.
No, it's not going to help me at this stage in my life.
Be a dad. You could be like a hot daddy, like
You lost all that weight, dude. You look great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my point exactly. Thank you, Paige. This is good as it
Corey.
gets.
sorry. I'm never calling him daddy. Never, ever.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
No.
Oh,
Anyways, wipe that from my brain files.
Nobody clip that.
Fitty. So Matt, why no?
My read on you is more of an introverted person that doesn't like having a lot of attention brought to them in the flesh space. And this would bring more attention to you in the flesh space, so...
Beach.
You live in the flesh space. The reason this is just getting my head around that. Again, recontextualized through wanting to sound like a car alarm. Then I was like, I need to put a yes somewhere. And I was like, I think Corey's the one who would least mind this trade-off, especially
Corey's the
because of
memer here.
Well, especially saying yes to the body thing, like I also did. It was like the ramifications of fucking with your physical appearance, and being like, well, what if it was a net positive, but I had this like weird drawback? It's like, that's fine, I guess. And I thought, yeah, you'd probably take the trade-off.
Now, looking like a Monster Factory creation is the positive. Looking hot would be bad. Sounding like a car alarm when I laugh would be worse.
Oh, damn it.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you.
Jesus. Okay,
right.
I guess we're on to me. Let's see here. 4 answers here, too. Let's have a look. No, yes, a 50-50 split, and it's only worth 1 star to you people. I actually literally don't care to know why anybody would have put anything. I said no, because much like Ian, at this point in my life, I think I'm hot enough to get by, and I don't need any help. It's like, good, you're as handsome as your mother thinks you are. That's fine. Don't sound like a car alarm. It's just going to put everyone off.
A succinct argument. Yeah, respectable. We got a purple no, a green yes, and a blue yes. Wheeler, why do you think not?
Because a car alarm? I mean, no. I don't think so. I think that's a pretty steep cost.
Okay. And Corey, why yes?
How much would you give to be more aesthetically pleasing? I think anything, including your laugh.
Is that a personal thing or like all of humanity thing?
It's a little
you.
mermaid thing.
If Ursula the Sea Witch was like, I can make you beautiful, but you lose your voice or you sound like a car alarm when you laugh, you would be like, yeah, sign me up. Send me to the surface world.
And
Do
we
I
both
get
have red
legs,
hair.
too?
Yeah.
You get legs, too.
I already have legs.
But I could have 8 legs. Kathleen, do you corroborate that argument?
Maybe more.
Yeah, I just think that you would, I don't know. It's just
You
like
had to throw a yes somewhere.
I kind of thought you might be down to clown. I think you'd be like, I could work with the car alarm thing.
Well, guess what? I'm down to clown.
Cool.
I love the dichotomy of I have a relatively thin voice and then just a bellowing laugh like that. I love distinctions, like that.
That's a Gatmoe.
The chiaroscuro of it,
I would like to see. Oh, I'm glad Molly agrees with me. I would like to see a cut of the Little Mermaid that instead of losing her voice, Ariel just anytime she opens it is like
Like a seal.
I don't understand. Speak to me.
Where the people go. See them dancing.
Oh, good.
Hey, we got
Real body language.
We got a 4 stack here. 3 no's and a yes. Ian, let's talk about this car alarm, bud.
You'd take the power if you could have it. You would take the hot power.
It's
And-
temp.
And you would kill with that car alarm. A good solid laugh.
Oh, the mimicry of it.
I mean, I don't have anything to gain, and I can already do like I don't need. I'm married.
Like you said, you're already a 9, so you're
Yeah.
actually getting less benefit than the rest of us would.
If anything, I should get uglier. Is what I should do is push the limits. See how far we can take this baby.
Have a stack overflow.
Loop around like Pac-Man.
You just get so hot that you start looking like an elf, and that's mildly terrifying.
Wait, why do we go to an elf?
Elves are terrifying. They're creepy looking. If you
Tiny
crank
green
that knob just a little
hats.
too far, it's just like, oh, they're all triangles.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Christmas elf.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They're much better movies if you think of them as Christmas elves.
Beej, you are literally describing my dream scenario.
You want to be a basket of triangles?
I want to be an unsettling beauty. So you guys both picked no. Matt and Ian, I don't like. Do you want to say anything? You don't have to.
Same as Corey. You live in the flesh space, and I'm not going to say you're full wilted violet, but you like your space. You like to have, a nice calming aura about you. And both the laugh and the hotness would break that.
That's true. But here's the deal. I have a lot. Like, God, who doesn't have body issues? And I've had a lot. And I feel that I would just learn never to laugh. And I would be like hot, and hopefully the unsettling kind of hot that like makes people stay away anyhow. Just like I would just want to my cheekbones even higher, look like Maleficent. Like actually, like
You want to be the hot, unapproachable girl in high school?
I
The hot goth that never smiles or laughs?
mean, if that's what it took, I suppose. Not because I want people to think I'm hot, just because I think it would be effective. And also, the car alarm thing would be a great like comedy tool. Imagine
yeah.
like doing a stand-up career like that, and just being able to bust out a perfect car alarm sound effect. It would come in handy, I think.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right, we're done with this round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
That's a
the
good
end.
round.
Good round, everyone. Who's next?
Me. I believe. Or did
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Looping to the top, like Pac-Man.
Ba-doop.
I have one more card. Oops.
Ahem. Let me zoom in here so I can read. Guy Fieri's grandmother offers you a deal. You can cook anything in the world without a recipe, but from now on you operate all technology like a 100-year-old.
Oh.
All technology.
All technology.
Wait, does that include like all the appliances in my kitchen?
Even simple tools like sticks.
Christ, okay. I mean,
Spoons
you're
and
the one
ladles.
making answers. So
Like your average 100-year-old, or are we allowed to pick one?
If you have a 100-year-old in mind that you would like to model your cooking on, then sure.
Let me see how old he was when he died.
Oops.
I mean, my favorite chef probably lives about 5 or 6 years before it dies in the gutter with the rest of its rat brethren.
And he had a musical, too.
Yeah. Wait, did he?
Yep, the TikTok musical.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
right.
didn't see Bobby Flay. Never mind. This joke sucks. Does it have to be a
Stood
hard
on a
100?
cutting board. No. Sorry.
Could I barter for like a 95?
I mean, I'm going to tell you now, doesn't make a difference.
The text of the card says 100.
Yeah. And I've seen the difference between the two, and it doesn't make a difference.
Oh man, this is tough.
Yeah, where do you put that burner? Yes.
Are we allowed to put it on ourselves?
No.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, you at the beach.
Yeah. So you can cook anything in the world without a recipe,
Yep.
but okay. So does that mean that I have to be the one operating the ingredients?
Yeah.
So I have to be the one using my hands and doing all the things in the kitchen, making the food.
Yep.
You're the
Okay.
chef.
Okay, I can't just dictate commands to people.
No.
Do you
Can
have a
this-
servant?
Yeah. Can the small rat on your head dictate commands?
Can I, like, if I have a kid, can I talk my kid through how to do it?
What
Where are you
if,
going to get a kid?
I have all the tools,
Beej, what if
but
you
I operate
were,
them like 100-year-olds.
what if you were... What if you were the small rat on someone's head?
That's kind of what I mean, right? Like,
He makes a wonderful cordon bleu, but he fucks like a 100-year-old.
Like he really knows what he's doing, but he just
Like-
can't do it.
It's the tune of Sing Sing Sing.
I got one more guess to drop. Hang on a second. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Okay. I'm locked in with my guesses.
All right. That everybody? Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. I'm curious. Wha? So, had an extra yes lying around, I see.
I have a yes, and I thought you might embrace the chaos.
Quite often, but I have no use for cooking, and I have a lot of use for technology.
Yeah.
Succinct answer.
Beige.
Right. Yes, it's me. Sorry. Selecting things and flip and rotate while we're at it.
Whoa.
So yeah, we. So Matt, why the burner? Yes.
Because I know you love food.
Yeah, I do love food. I already know how to make some of it. I don't need to make all of it. Matt, you're up.
All right, let's see. We've got a no. We've got a no. Oh, and we've got a no.
Age terrifies you. You literally just talked about how the one thing you fear is growing old and death. Why would you want to bring that mojo to yourself earlier?
I'm frankly surprised this card isn't full of no's.
I mean, you're right. I've seen people play solitaire for 4 hours in a row
Well, that's not bad.
because that's what they can do. So,
Somebody get that person a Nintendo Switch.
This is the
I play
least good
solitaire for
replicant
4
speech.
hours.
oh wait, why did I move my thing?
Like Tears in Rain and Solitaire for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, time to die.
I've seen things that you wouldn't believe.
Wheeler.
Did I miss a Blade Runner B-52's bit?
You sure did.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, you were present for it.
Thank you for Jesus Christ.
You seem really confident that you could do the work that old.
I mean, probably, but what are you fucking nuts? I can already cook without recipes.
Yeah.
I got put a no.
Yeah,
I'm
I
good
just
at
had-
this.
I had to put a yes somewhere.
Yeah, that's fine. I will gladly be the burner for whoever needs it.
All
It's
right.
like that Enrique Iglesias song.
I don't know what you're talking.
I can be your burner, baby.
Ugh.
All right.
Oh, I've heard that song.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. 2 people put yes. I'm assuming under mild duress, so we don't need to worry
Well, I
about
don't
that.
know. Like, if you could potentially work at the French Laundry, like, you would probably want to live that life.
No, I would not, because I wouldn't be able to use my phone to take pictures of my wonderful life.
You're also already a good chef.
Yeah. That didn't. It actually. It was just all the downside. I didn't. The upside never functioned into it. I was just like, oh, it's too much. All right. That was an efficient round.
It's
means
not
still-
over yet. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's why it seemed shorter than it did, but that's fine.
Very
People who
efficient.
said no here, and I think they're definitely correct, because there's a quote that's attributed to Albert Einstein saying that I don't need to know things, I just need to know where to look them up. That's what recipes are for. If
Yeah.
you can follow a recipe, you don't need to remember it.
Yeah. So much of cooking and baking is literally just reading what is in front of you and stop trying to be an individual. Just
Yeah.
do as you're told.
Yeah.
Christ.
Reading the card explains the card, you know?
It's like installing Ruby on Rails. Just follow the instructions and you're good.
Yeah,
So is that one full round we've gone so far?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes.
How are
All
we
right.
doing on score wise?
Well,
I'm
Bloom is
almost
in the
winning.
lead.
It looks
Very
like
close.
Corey is in first place. Matt is in second place. Beige is in third place, followed by Ian, followed by me, followed by Wheeler.
Oh, I hate both of these things that I'm looking at.
Great.
Perfect.
Recipe,
In a good
folks.
way or a bad way?
God,
In a
you know,
way.
yeah, in a way. These are really well written. Okay,
I mean, we can cycle if you want to.
I feel like this is going to be the harder one to answer. Are we good to go?
We're good.
Earth is being destroyed to make a space highway. We've read this story. You can upload your consciousness to a computer and persist in a virtual world, or you can go down with the ship. Are you joining the cloud?
Oh,
Options.
windmill slam.
You can ask me whatever questions you like.
Is the virtual world within the computer a representation of our physical world, a la the Matrix, or is it more just of a case of your perceiving cyber world as
I'm
in
gonna-
the end of the Matrix?
I'm going to say that that it is like the Matrix, and that it is a five senses delight, and that it is also a situation in which we know that it's a virtual world, that we know that you've made this decision, you've come here, and you can do this thing here. But what that means in terms of like procreation, reproduction, that's a larger unanswered question that I can get into if anyone wants to ask about that. But
Oh, there should be no children. Where do you get these new minds from, right?
Okay, so I can analyze that. So you can have kids because the world in which you're being uploaded into is taking machine learning amalgams of what you and your potential partner would be like, and then trying to generate, because it's not souls, it's consciousnesses, and it's just basically applying that to that. It's basically saying like, okay, well, I can come up with a machine learning way of representing a new person this way, and if at some point you want to die, they'll be very like, you know, like you can decide that it's okay, it's I've lived a life, and in order for me to be happy, then I need to die here. Or if you want to live forever, you can just choose to live forever.
Since we're all digitally connected in this world, since this hypothetical world, we know where consciousness is, but we project as bodies, essentially.
Yeah.
Can we use telepathy to talk to other people and dispense with the phones?
Yes. The phone would merely be like it would merely be like the it would just hold you up from being able to do those kind of things in the first place.
So
So picture it like AR, like you basically have like you can call up a larger display to get a sense of who am I talking to at any one time, or I can just teleport my ass to their location to talk to them. So kind of the idealized of what you could be like in a virtual world.
Follow-up question. Is there interaction, or at least information being processed from the outside world being sent into the simulation?
Well,
or is it fully self-contained?
At this point, because they're destroying the Earth to make room for this superhighway, the space highway, the world as it exists is gone. If you're the kind of person who likes to create and do new things or learn new stuff, the alien environs that are like the people who are making this available for you as a thing to do, they're going to have that knowledge available to you to access. It's just that being in the computer and doing all the stuff in the computer, whether or not that's going to have any relevance to the outside world, that's different. That might be a case where anyone who's doing, like, if you're doing research inside the computer, you might get like accolades for your research or recognition for your research in the world inside the computer, but outside of it, no one's going to give a shit because it's just coming from the computer.
To clarify, I mean, like, can I hook up a USB telescope can I hook up the Hubble to the computer and continue cosmic research?
Yeah, like all that information is available for you. It's just whether or not you'll be able to actively involve yourself with it. Because if you're a virtual object within a computer, you don't necessarily have. You don't get to book computer time before Zargon does.
Oh,
You
so
know?
hold on. So in this intergalactic civilization that needs to demolish our planet for a superhighway, are we now second-class beings because we don't have corporeal bodies?
Correct, but they're not going to just turn off the computers on you because the agreement was we can put you in this computer because we didn't realize you were here and we recognize you as being sentient and somewhat intelligent. So we're giving you this opportunity to be a part of this larger community, but
So who
you
takes
don't get
care of the computer?
that they have to.
Important final question. Lifespan or simulated lifespan. Do we live forever or do we expire within the simulation?
You live as long as you want to live. This is I don't want to ruin
okay.
TV shows is the problem because I could explain what I'm seeing this like, but it's like, yeah, this is definitely a situation where you would, and I waited so long that now I have to like get my guesses in at the end here. But yeah, you've,
Well, this is what's great about the game is that you get to decide this answer.
Yeah.
This is your scenario.
exactly. Yeah, in my scenario, it's like we're basically being babysat by a large computer that's being run by a central authority that perhaps it's a whole bunch of different alien races that are involved in the production of whatever. But the agreement is like you have to give up your planet for our benefit, and rather than kill all of you, we're uploading your consciousness. We're not going to plug your bodies in a la the Matrix and make it be like you're a liquid flesh battery. It's like no, we're just taking your consciousness, putting it in these computers, and you just basically get to live this silicone life for as long as you want to. And if you get tired of it at any point, you can just say, oh, well, computer delete program, and you can just be gone.
Cool.
Now, is this advertised as some sort of utopian, idealistic Earth where there's always nature to be around and there's no pollution and there's like always everybody always has enough to eat and like the Earth is an infinite size, so everybody has a nice house and a yard and maybe an apartment in the city or whatever like floats their boat,
Like
a
because
utopia.
because
That's
digital
so
objects are infinitely copyable. The fact is that yeah, you can occupy whatever spaces that you need to occupy in order for you to have a fulfilling lifestyle within the computer. You just know that this isn't real, it's fake real.
Yeah, you're going to digital heaven. Everything you've ever wanted.
Essentially, yeah. It's just that if you have kids, which you can do, you also know that it's like they're my kids and they're offshoots of like a pot being stirred among the person I've chosen to have a child with, for example, or maybe the multiple people you want to have a child with.
They've done
But
personality scans of all of your relatives,
Sure.
as well.
But then at that point, it's like if you decide to pass away and your kid decides to live on, that you've made a completely virtual construct life.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that too. That it's like I know it's a kid, but I know it's not really like it was never real. But then again, am I really real? But
Well,
the
you're not
question
real
is, I
anymore.
can.
Why-
I think
why
therefore I am right. So
Your
why make a
DNA has
child?
your
When you-
DNA
well-
has become data at that point, and you may as well just remix the data, and it's the same thing as living. But do they have a soul? I argue no.
Well, why make a child when you can make a Beowulf cluster of yourself?
Yeah.
It's like Command D Ian 7 times.
we have everyone's
run-
answers. I hope
Kathleen has to.
you thought this was a light game, everybody, and chat. I hope you're having a good time.
Oh
Like,
shit! I haven't voted.
it's a fascinating idea, right? Like
Yeah.
It got yeah.
it got real heavy.
So I'll make
Good
sure to
heavy,
give you-
though.
I'll make sure to give you all a copy of orgasm.bash.
My the way that when I approach thinking about things like the afterlife, I'm always like, well, what would make everyone happy if they were like people who were supposed to go to heaven? What would make them happy? It's like, well, they'd get what they want, wouldn't they? It's like, well, and a friend of mine asked me once, he's like, okay, but what if what would make a person happy is that somebody else wasn't there? I said, well, then you wouldn't see them, would you? You wouldn't even have any idea of their presence in that space because okay, but what if this person doesn't believe in the afterlife and so then therefore they don't want to go to the, it's like, well, then they won't. But then I want to see them there. And I'm like, yeah, you will. This doesn't have anything to do with them and their soul. This has everything to do with you and your soul. Now, make sense of that.
Unix permissions.
That's a lot to ask.
Read-only soul.
Yeah.
Are we good to go?
We are.
Good to go.
All right. I am going to flip over these first two. I'm just going to make sure that they're linked to. I'm going to flip over. And we have some yeses, which makes sense because I was arguing for this, it seems most vociferously.
Yep.
I would totally do this. If my options were oblivion or eternal existence, I might go for the eternal existence. And if at some point I decide that I've had enough of that, then if I can note myself out, I might just do that too.
There we are.
Yeah, moving on to Matt.
Yeah, we have a yellow yes and a blue yes. Any arguments anyone wants to put forth?
Make that content.
You want to live forever?
Or die trying? I said yes, asterisk. I watched whoever it was stream Soma. I know that even if I'm uploaded, I'm going to die anyway. Because I'm not going there. A copy of me is.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to lose in doing it. Really. End of argument.
Yeah.
I got a yes and 2 no's. Matt, why yes?
Well, Wheeler, don't you fear death?
No.
Oh.
God, no. I got all the Catholicism out of my system a long time ago.
Good on you. Good on you.
And now, because I might flip a card over that is a little different from the previous ones. Beach and Kathleen, why did you say no?
I had to put it somewhere.
I had to put it somewhere.
Congratulations, you picked a good place to put it.
Oh
I
my
absolutely
God.
wouldn't do it. No,
Ooh.
absolutely not. I don't have the time to get into this because if I start, I won't stop. But no, it's I don't want a simulacrum created of me. But that's yeah, we can't get into this. We can't get into this. We can't get into this.
Yeah, what if they're evil? Like,
Well,
Smell
hold
the
on.
philosophy
No, we
podcast
can't get it. We
starting.
can't. I can't get it. Yeah.
All right, hold on. But I do kind of want to get into this because
Okay, let's get it.
I'm also voting no.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
What pushed
Kathleen?
me over was the telepathy. It would be the instantaneous connection to all of the other minds in this digital space would become a hive. And I have no desire to live in a hive.
well,
Because
wouldn't you-
humans want to centralize and form ideas with other humans. We want to make pods. And if we could do that unimpeded, we would be an insect hive.
Hmm.
And then they think we're second class citizens anyhow. So eventually they're just gonna forget to plug it in or charge it, and the whole thing gets shut down.
Yeah, my no for Kathleen. This wasn't a throwaway no. I thought you would just genuinely no because it's just like if there's a civilization that is going to completely obliterate potentially billions of people, and whether or not that they are transported into this this network, this virtual world, it is still effectively ending the lives of 7 billion people plus. That, and so why are we to believe someone that would do that kind of thing in a very self-serving manner to have all the control?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Both of you get the stand-up congratulations ending then, I guess.
Thank God. Yeah, Jesus, please hang me into oblivion.
Well, I guess that's me next year.
Yeah, how do you feel about human instrumentality?
Well, I mean, first I got to deal with the people who asked me, or who's no, Matt. Why would you say no on that?
Because you enjoy New Horizons and the act of creation, and also you would just make your own.
I mean, that's a nice way of thinking about that. The fact is, I would say yes because the minute I am freed from the real, then nothing else matters, and everything, the double doors of possibility are flung open to me, and everything is possibly real. If there is no discernible wall upon which those shadows are cast, then all shadows must become real. Goodbye, Earth.
Nice. Neat.
I liked your cave allegory.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Plato's cave allegory, but
Yeah, Ian didn't make that one.
yeah.
Well,
himself.
he's
You're
out
at-
here to defend himself.
Yeah, you're at a work party, and Ian says he's got this new cave allegory.
Oh, Oh, I'm really curious. Just because the board is full on mine, I just want to know.
Oh.
Are these throwaways?
No, you're a doer.
No, no.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
thought you-
doer?
I thought you'd be down.
It's more
You
like
ship when
this
it
is the
counts.
prestige, and I ain't falling for that crap.
Oh,
Hey.
I know there's no continuity of experience. I don't get anything from this. I die. It's not me. It's a photocopy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, my argument is I die anyway, so what would I have to lose? So
Then you end up in some stupid jerky alien's machine that they're fucking putting a potted plant on, and a noise that they have to carry around.
oh, Jesus fuck! They're probably using Kubernetes.
oh, who's next? Who's next? I think it's me.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's read.
That was a deep question.
Yeah. I mean, because there's the option of oh, we've picked one already. Great. All right.
Yeah. You want to continue or no?
I mean, for one thing, Corey just won.
Yeah.
She did.
Oh yeah, jeez, she's right there.
Yeah.
Which nobody really noticed.
No.
I said winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh
Yeah.
damn
And
it.
this with my arms.
I just thought that meant that you were like that. You're like I won the question.
Yeah, I did win the question. I guessed
Awesome.
correctly several times.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Now
Congratulations.
the stream,
Congratulations.
we are doing the stream until 8:00. So we can continue to play a little bit longer and then go through our natural whatever. But we should probably stop for some commercials first.
Yes.
Probably a thing.
So let's do that now.
I
We'll
get
come-
to keep playing, right?
Oh yeah, you can keep playing. You can start again and try to lap us. I guess that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Hello, once again, to a sponsored stream of Crossing the Streams, where we are playing TBH, a game where you create dilemmas and then you discuss them and then you decide a yes or no, and then you see what your friends would do. And it's quite interesting and fun. And we've gotten into some deep, honestly, ontological questions, which is my perfect way of spending a Wednesday night. So
Yeah.
I'm pleased.
Some of us have a different number of friends than before.
Yeah. So Corey's already won, but we're just going to let her see if she can lap us, I think. So let's just. Matt, do you have a question for us, I think?
I do. And the question is, a high school friend has written a tell-all memoir that goes into extreme detail about you specifically. They ask if you will read the juiciest parts aloud, sight unseen, as part of the book launch. Do you do it?
Am I getting paid? And how much?
This sounds like it is a favor to a long-term friend.
Is the friend a student or a teacher?
Are you friends with any of the teachers from high school that you had?
Yes.
Well, it just says a high school friend, so that's a friend you made in high school. Could be either way.
Well, so, Matt,
Yep.
what kind, this is, define this for me. What kind of person is this friend? Is this a friend that you still want to catch up with on occasion, or is this somebody you haven't heard from in 20 years?
I think if it's someone that you hadn't heard from in 20 years, then it'd be a very bad memoir. It would not be
Or a
accurate at all.
stalker.
Sorry, I'll be right
Well,
back.
Yeah, fair. I'm going to say it is a current friend that you've had that whole time.
Oh, we've been friends for 20 years.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be a terrible book. And they would just be lying about you the whole time.
All right. That's quite nice then, you know. That's like, you know, a lifelong friend writing a book about you. right?
Why did they write a book about you,
For money.
of which they're giving you none of
Well, yeah.
to do this?
Because you're a friend.
It's switched back around now.
How long is the book?
Enough to cover your life up to this point. I would say not full purple prose. It's rather approachable as a book. It's conversational in tone.
Does it contain only information that is publicly available?
If not currently, then soon to be. Publicly available as much as the friend that you have had this whole time could get the information.
Okay.
Even if it's a secondary source of like a friend that both of you are friends with, a co-friend.
So this is a tell-all memoir about themselves.
No, about you.
It's about you. So they've written a book that's entirely about you without consulting you, and then they ask you to read this without having reviewed any of it.
Sorry, I misread actually. It is a tell-all memoir about them, but
Okay.
it goes into
Okay.
heavy detail about you.
I
You
was
feature
starting to wonder
heavily.
why my friend would be obsessed with me like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How?
It's not a biography. It's a memoir of them, but you are a heavy feature.
What kind of friend are they? Like, what's their personality?
That is a personal thing to you. What kind of person would you maintain a friendship for 20 years with?
Nobody.
No. Maybe you're writing the book.
I don't trust anybody beyond 20 years.
Actually,
That's too long.
This is an important question. Is when it says it goes into detail, is this memoir only about things that happened in the high school time, or does the information carry on throughout the rest of the life up to present day?
I would say it is a life fully reaching the entirety of their life up until now, including high school, but not bounded by high school.
Okay.
I mean, most of their stories about you will probably be high school stories. Although it depends on the friend. Maybe you were closer in university.
Yeah, like I met Paige in high school, but we weren't friends then.
I wasn't even in high school then.
Now,
Is that everyone? Looks.
I got mine in, yeah. I had to make a brief escape, which means that I'm completely screwed by whatever the new details are. I had to leave the entire discussion, so I'm like, I am probably on the wrong page now. I can't wait to see how this works out.
You're going to have to spin a yarn.
Uh,
I'm noticing no one is confident in your answer, and that might be why.
yeah, that makes sense.
But hey, yellow might get a big bonus.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm. Everyone locked in?
Hold on, I'm trying to get a big bonus.
Math.
Hey,
math,
there we go.
math.
Playing the game. All right. So we have a purple yes, a blue no, and a pink no. Wheeler, why do you think yes?
Your explanations seem to be your explanation made it seem that they were a really shitty person, but at the same time, it was charitable in ways, you know? So it led me to kind of believe that, like, if they were someone intimate enough with you to write about you, that you would trust them. You'd be like, don't ever do this, but I trust that you did this at least somewhat well, you know? Like, I wish you would have asked, but I also don't trust you to fuck the whole thing up.
They're not incompetent at it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any words from the nose?
Corey, you want to go first?
Just remembering the question, I was distracted reading chat. No. Yeah, I think you have things to hide. Like something happened.
That made me the person I am today.
Well, there's some details that you would prefer didn't make it into the public eye.
The use of the term juiciest is like one of those things where I'm like, that means that they know that there's dirt to spill.
Yeah.
And they write aloud about you, so they know that there's a lot of dirt about you, and so they want you to read it out unseen to everybody at the book launch. And it's just like, it seems to me, Matt, that you'd be like, you think you have a bunch of dirt on me, but you don't want to talk to me about any of it. And I had to put this down before I even heard you talk about which friend this is. So I just was like, maybe you don't want to do that.
I'm going to say that I have no succulent details that I wish to maintain. I was an indoor child of my own volition.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, close the door, honey. Don't let Matt get out.
Remember what happened the last time you got out?
Yeah. I mean, growing up as a ginger with hay fever, why would I want to go outside during the summer, right? And I only have one friend that goes back that far, and they're a pretty good writer. They know how to have some fun and a good spin on it.
All right.
All right.
Wheeler.
We got a 4 stack here. Oh, we
Split
got
the
some
room.
no's. We got some yeses. Simultaneously, no's explain no. And all the words have to line up perfectly.
You
I
Yeah, huh?
think this is so hard over.
Yeah, it's not
chat.
very. Okay.
It's hard in real life. It's impossible here.
Yeah.
You don't. I think that you'd be like, what the hell's this? I don't trust you. No.
I don't think your high school experience was very good.
The yeses. What's up?
Do you want to go first or me, Beach?
No, same time.
Every word has to line up.
I think that whatever happened to you in high school that you might be thinking of, again, I had to leave the room, but it just felt like, I feel like Wheeler's the kind of person who'd be like, oh yeah, totally, I'll come support this thing that you've written. You talk a lot about me. I'll give it a go. Why not? I'm supportive because you wanted to include me, and I felt like you'd be confident enough to be like, yeah, so I did those things in high school. So what? Whatever these things are, maybe they're not even that as juicy as, they are being made out to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that you have very many extremely succulent details of your past. And I think that you are such a force of personality in your storytelling that even if this was sight unseen, you would imprint what they would be writing down onto them anyway.
Okay. Well, everybody was wrong. I had a pretty reasonable high school, and I did a whole bunch of things that would get me into a whole bunch of legal issues. But they're not paying me, so why would I do this? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Fair.
Like, if they're hey, do you mind doing all this work for this thing I wrote about you without any kind of like heads up, and I'm not going to give you anything? No, pay me for my goddamn work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
my likeness.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, team people who voted for me. Here's what you said. Who would like to speak? Oh,
You've talked a little bit about the stuff that's gone on when you were in high school, and if these are juicy details, I have a feeling that that if it's also an extreme detail about you and they're juicy details, your take is going to be that they are going to be blown completely out of proportion. Especially, maybe I'm basing this on maybe the friends you've had in high school too, who I don't actually know. But I'm like, you would be like, there's no way I'm going to help you say all these things about me when I have no idea how far you went. And you probably went pretty damn far to write them so you could sell a book based on them.
well, here's the deal. I actually have one person I've from high school I vaguely kept in touch with, and he is a writer. And I would not put it past him to write an autobiography that included things about me in it. But I still keep in touch with him. But I would not read it sight unseen. It would be too I'm not opposed to him putting it in there in this hypothetical scenario, but I just could not do it in public without having seen it first.
Yeah.
Right? It's too far.
It's
So
the
I said
anxiety
no.
factor, right?
Yeah. All right.
I'm moving
Ian.
two at the same
Right.
time. I'm moving the wrong one.
Yes, says a lot of people.
I bet you would pay for someone to do this.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Okay, go, Corey. That's
I think you'd enjoy reading the bits. I think you might get a sensible chuckle out of them.
You're a very demonstrative individual, and you love tall tales. And I think this being an extremely tall tale, or even just a down-to-earth tale, it increasing your legend would only be a positive in your books.
the entirety of your life up to this point, from school age, where I was unable to choose the people I interacted with from grades kindergarten through grade 12, were some of the worst times of my life, and I have no desire to actually revisit these in any way, shape, or form.
Fair. Fair.
Oh, sorry to laugh at your teenage trauma, but
You're a man who has cut
Wow.
off his past.
It's the reason I don't have any friends from that period.
Fair.
All right.
I mean, same. Really.
Ian?
I think I knew who you were talking about when you were asking teacher versus versus student, and I thought, you know what? If it was that particular teacher, that seems like a really cool thing, and you'd probably want to do it.
I don't know, but you're talking about my college professors, right?
Yeah,
High
Not
school.
any of the
That's not
teachers that
high
I was
school
friends
at all.
with from K to 12.
right.
Because I always hung out with the teachers all the time. Yeah, I would be really curious to see what someone could do with my extremely boring vanilla life. Maybe they would pull up interesting details, like the other day we were talking about, like, is there a skeleton key or a master key for high schools? And yes, I was allowed to borrow that and roam around the high school taking stuff. Like,
You were the gremlin in the walls.
Holy crap!
always start with the master key. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm a yes. I like to read out loud.
Beesh, how about you?
How about me? All right. Answers are a split. Okay, that's cool. Yeses versus nos. Wheeler, why no?
Because while I think if they had asked you before, or like if they let you see it, this would be a slam dunk yes from me.
Okay.
But the fact that this is just like you trust, like it. Well, I don't even want to imply that they said you trust me, but like that this is just out in the blue. They didn't ask you. I think they
Yeah.
got to ask you. If they ask you, the door's wide open. Without asking, I don't think you're jamming.
And then Ian?
Brian's gonna write such a good story about you.
Oh my god!
You know, what Ian says is correct.
Big money.
He knows me way too well, and I don't want to be anywhere near it.
Big money.
So you're the one with the succulent details.
Brian probably knows so much more about the shit I got into in high school than I remember, and I remember quite a bit of And the thing is, like, I've led a very boring high school life, so in order to have really succulent, juicy details, there's probably shit in there that's just the worst. Just the things where I'm like, I don't want anyone to remember that this happened at all. I can't believe he put that. I need to have plausible deniability and stay as far away from this project as possible.
I don't even want to remember this.
It's true. The kind of stuff where you lay in bed at night and you're like, oh, remember when you did that? Remember when you did that? That's the kind of stuff that I remember from high school.
Oh yeah, the best night of my life was when I found out that the Undersea Gardens closed, and with it,
Your shame.
no, my crimes.
Oh. What if there's stuff in there that you don't remember happening? Like you'd actually successfully put it out of your mind finally.
I live with my shame every day, Kathleen. I don't know about you.
I don't have shame.
For the next couple rounds, let's try to pick some like really goofy questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, cherry pick.
Well, we have gotten to some pretty like deep territory.
We're talking
And if
about our
there's some
dark
good-
past here. Like,
Yeah,
let's lighten the mood.
Wheeler's up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Wheeler,
Christ.
if you pick two and you're like neither of those are like really light, feel free to pick a third and see if you can find like a lighter question.
Which hat would look cuter on a dog?
Really?
Oh,
No, I'm just saying that's the most lighthearted thing.
it
I
has
could
to be
think
yes
of.
or no. It has to be yes or no.
Right.
So you'd be
Hat would
like,
look cuter than a dog, yes or no?
would a Stetson be the best hat for a dog?
Oh, I barely read that, but I like the ending. Okay. While planning your dream wedding, your soulmate has one critical request: that during the vows, you both fart into the microphone and invite all the guests to breathe it in. Do you toot for love?
How many guests are at this wedding?
Well, it's a smaller wedding, I guess. It's nothing grand, but like anywhere between, I don't know, 20 to 32 people.
Small as in LLER or smaller as in small LL space LLR?
Look, my wedding had like 6 people there, so my scale is very different, and I think that's actually it's like we're not talking big TLC wedding here.
Right.
We're talking like, you know,
So
more of a casualish affair. You'll see some people you don't know, but you're like, oh, you're so and so. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for coming.
but they're all people who are meaningful and important to either you or your spouse, and they understand you well enough that they're being invited to this wedding of yours, correct?
They might like there's a chance that there could be people there that are like friends of the family, not necessarily friends of you or your spouse. So like they are, you know, they could be friends of your parents or something like that.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes, Beej.
What if the person you're getting married to is okay? This is going to be. I need to find a better way to phrase this.
Mm-hmm.
What if your soulmate isn't the person you're getting married to, but they're asking you to do this with them?
So you're saying that you are getting married. However, your soulmate, that is a known soulmate, like you are about to enter a marriage with the person that you like. This is like a melodrama plot line, is what we're trying to like. We're just to clarify. I'm not
Sure,
saying
yeah.
this is a good or positive or not.
No, I know.
And they cemented it into your head as like as your last jest. I know that you're going down a path that you can't unwalk. The last gesture to show that you do indeed love me, marriage or not, is to have your soulmate that during
No.
the
I'm
vows.
thinking like. Has anyone seen Cloak and Dagger?
Is that movie where the two people fart in the microphone at a wedding?
It's in Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, the TV series that Heather and I are just watching now, which has been out for a little while. It's kind of clear that the two main characters are kind of like tied at the soul to each other at this point, but they're not like romantic interests for each other, but they are what you could call soulmates. And what if was like, okay, so you're gonna get married, and I know you're getting married, but just when we're standing there, can like, I'm your maid of honor, or I'm your best man, or I'm your person by your side. Can we just both fart into the microphone and just ask everyone to breathe it in before you take your vows? Like,
I'm so the way that the question is formatted, I just want to make it clear, is that both of you are farting into the microphone, so that they would be required to move themselves and their asses, presumably, into the range of the microphone, picking it up, right?
Like you both have to like get like ass to ass.
Yeah.
Like in that famous movie.
And during
the wedding
vow section.
is this.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. Wheeler, can you describe your farts? Like, is there any danger to the guests?
Are they
Like,
silent but violent?
are
or...
fart allergies a thing?
Corey, I'm not some beach that you can ask to describe my farts on camera. I will never. No, that's. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to decline. My farts, no. Your farts are your farts. I think y'all know what they sound like or smell like.
Has the wedding party purchased the necessary carbon offsets for this methane emission?
There was a conscious decision to hold the wedding away from, not at a cattle farm.
To make this bouquet more pungent, I imagine. You know, it stands out like punctuation that way rather than just blending in.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of people getting married at pig cideries.
Cow palaces.
I guess
Shellac.
to finalize Beej's question, if your soulmate is not indeed the person that you are marrying and but is instead involved in the wedding ceremony in some way or shape or form, then yes, they will also have to be required to run up and toot into the mic.
Oh, so it's like a menage a trois at that point.
That
So
a scandalous reveal.
Because it's like you both have to fart in the microphone, but it doesn't involve your very future spouse. It's just the two of you.
Wait,
In
is
the
your
very
future
niche,
spouse-
in the niche scenario where the person you are marrying is not someone that you look forward to waking up to every single morning of your
Didn't
life.
say that.
No, I know. I know you didn't say that, but I'm implying that's what you
Okay,
said.
it is your answer.
So for hypothetical purposes, then, to protect the soulmate from the innocent, I'm going to guess then that maybe we just we lav mic the ass of every one of the bridal and bridal party.
Exactly.
And the
So
officiant.
we're going to mic up every single person of note at the wedding. However, only one of those mics is going to be active, so that feeling as though nobody actually knows who farted necessarily. It helps.
Who farted? Says the thing on the back of the car as they drive away.
Yeah.
It's like only one of the bridesmaids gets a bullet in the chamber for the end.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. It's effectively like a firing wall. However, instead the guilt surrounds a fart.
Got it.
Well, I'm glad I've ruined that question. This is great. Thank you, Wheeler.
Ruined.
What if your soulmate is fart shy?
Oh,
Well, then I think, but it's your soulmate that's asking it.
they're trying to get you into some sort of thing.
So assuming your soulmate is fart shy and they are still, for whatever reason, telling you to fart into the mic, I guess
They
that
got
comes
drunk
to.
and thought it was a good idea.
I would say it's great that they're making an effort at their own wedding to try to fart. Then
Yeah. It's a growth moment.
it's important to be good giving in game.
Hey, that's what my marriage is based off of. Farting into the mic. Are we all good?
Yeah.
All right, great. So the vote's on my own. I hide that. God, I keep doing that. Ignore that. Dramatic reveal. Corey, why no fart?
You seem to not want to go into much detail about your own prowess.
Kathleen, Matt, why fart?
Kathleen.
True love. The most powerful of forces.
It'll just make it happen.
Yeah.
Flatus is why we are here today.
Marriage.
Flatus.
Flatulence.
I personally think that you just have a certain joie de vivre about you that you would be game for that. You might even be the one actually to propose the idea if they didn't get to it first, which they did in this hypothetical situation.
Well, I will say this. My dad has a running joke that throughout the 40 years of marriage to my mother, he's continuously tried to give her a Dutch oven and failed. I became, thankfully, the first Wheeler man to give my husband a Dutch oven on the first night. And if he proposed it, absolutely. There's the things I'll do for love. Oh,
You'll do that.
yeah, of course. Oh, God.
And most families are like, this is my son's the first one to go to college in the family. And you picked a completely different path, Wheeler.
Try to best my father.
Yeah.
Following his legacy.
I hope
grow
that
up so
comes up
quick.
at like Thanksgiving. Like
I mention it a lot. A lot. Oh,
It's your pride.
yeah.
It's amazing. What did people think I would fart in public? Let's find out. Oh.
No.
No.
but purely for practical reasons.
Oh.
I don't think I was at your wedding. I don't think you would bring yourself or could even bring yourself to fart on command like that.
Yeah, I don't think you have one in the tank. I didn't vote for you, but
Yeah.
You're chirping in.
One in the tank.
Because you're being asked, like, for your dream wedding. It's like during your planning process, and it's like, how am I going to know in 8 months that I'm going to have one just queued up, ready to go?
I'm going to go a bit more heady here, and I have to say that your wedding wasn't content. And quite frankly, because you invited everyone there, you knew that everyone would appreciate just a slightly higher bar of humor during your ceremony than just dumping into the mic.
Yeah.
Dumping.
I said no because from what I know about you, Kathleen, you are known every once in a while to have just a whiff of anxiety. And this seems like a
And
very
nothing
anxious,
else.
yeah, a very anxious kind of situation.
Well, but true love is the most powerful force in the universe.
It overcomes anxiety.
Well, here's the thing. I would try, but if nothing happened, that would also be fine. And also, my true love and soulmate would understand that I did my best. So, or I guess maybe not. Maybe nothing. Silence.
God, I didn't think I'd cry over this. I always cry at weddings.
someone cutting onions?
Maybe it's the methane.
Okay. Who had opinions about me? Everyone said yes.
The old college try.
Why do you think I would do such a thing at my own wedding?
On purpose. Not just
Yeah.
on accident.
Well, I feel like, oh god.
Does anyone have any strong feelings? Otherwise, we can just flip that middle shit.
Well, it's not like you have pursued weddings up until this point, right? You've been profoundly ambivalent to the entire concept.
I
So-
did one and it was fine.
Yeah, like, so maybe you could just, maybe this is the thing you've been waiting for. This is what you're like, finally, someone's asked me to fart at a wedding.
I feel like you're in the midst of planning whatever, and you're like, your soulmate has one critical request of you, and I'm just like, that feels like the thing you'll be like, yeah, you know what? That's the one thing you want out of this? Sure. Absolutely. Let's just get back to playing the rest of this now. I will do the one thing you want if it makes the rest of this go very easily.
Yeah, I just picture you replying, that being asked, and your reply is like, that I can do. And then you do it.
I mean, that's all very nice, but quite frankly, tear down the traditions of the past and replace them with ones that are relevant for the future we live in.
Yes.
Like like stinky microphones.
2021, rip ass.
21, rip.
Oh my
Oh,
I bet we have huge guts.
All right.
I'm
Let's see that
dying.
Ian voted here.
oh.
Ian?
Yes. Well, I mean, you're on board with me, right? This is just
Wheeler?
one of the,
I thought, oh, shit, is this going to be a proposal?
Matt?
You're on board with me, right?
I could see it as ride or die. I mean, yeah.
You do it for the lulz, right? You're a memer.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I will clarify. That
Wedding
would have
is
been
off.
yes. I want that to be yes, comma begrudgingly.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You won't
All right.
do that.
Let's get in here. I've got 3 waiting. Let's have a look here. It's no, no, and yes.
I think you would have.
So
oh,
yeah, okay. Kathleen, go ahead.
Only because of performance anxiety. It would stress you out to have to toot one out day of.
See, you and I had kind of the same idea for each other, right? We're like, no, how could you do it on command? Corey?
I don't think you would want to force Heather to do this, let's say. Assuming your soulmate is someone else. Because I can't see Heather recommending this.
I think he said
She
his
would have
soul.
murdered you.
I think Beach said his soulmate was some Marvel character.
Yeah, Cloak and Dagger together. It's
Yeah.
like a threesome thing going on.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who Cloak and Dagger is, but I guess if a
Cloak and Dagger and
superhero.
Beach.
I considered that question, but it says the soulmate, and quite frankly, if we live in this world where Heather is willing to rip ass in front of a crowd, then in fact I think that you absolutely will say yes to that, Beach. You'll make an absolute casserole down there.
I have a feeling. I think maybe the issue, Ian, is that it's actually you and I that are the true soulmates here.
Oh my god, an absolute casserole.
And you're welcome for never asking me that.
Yeah.
He said yes. He said yes.
Full disclosure, that's the name of a Taskmaster episode.
Yeah.
It's related to farting.
Yeah. You had me. You had me at rip ass in a microphone.
Yes, honey, I will rip ass on that absolute casserole.
Oh my god.
Okay. We have Beach. What chaos have you put on me? Yes. Okay. And Corey.
Hi.
Also yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already addressing you, Corey. Why do you think yes?
Why would you say no? This is
Fair.
your soulmate asking, Matt.
Fair argument. Fair
It's
argument.
your special day. It's gonna be perfect.
Yeah. And Beach.
You were really excited about your wedding when you were planning it, and I was like, yeah, you probably are just into doing all sorts of great stuff. You know, you already paid for the room at the Banff Springs Hotel. I mean, why not make it a little dirty?
Yeah. Great. Just trash the place.
Yeah.
Never
With
to
your flatus.
return. Yeah, with my flat.
Oh my god.
I mean, I personally said no because this is something that I will share in my own time with my soulmate behind closed doors. It's something special for the both of us, not for the world.
Yeah, just
You know?
under the covers, you know.
Yeah, hold a little back, you know.
Why give them more fodder against us?
Yeah.
I mean, my mother gave me a Dutch oven for Christmas.
Ian did
Now
just
that-
ask me for one yesterday.
Now that you mention it, that is literally what I gave my mother for Christmas. Oh, that
There's
was
going to be
too-
about 300 people in chat being like, whoa, that's disgusting, dude. And it's like, oh, you don't know. You don't know.
No. You misunderstand. It was a cooking implement, which I farted in. And,
And
And
then
I put her
sealed
face
it.
in it and held it
I
there.
sealed it, and I said, look at the engraving inside.
My flatus was able to etch this entire ceramic vessel.
Yeah, this used to have an enamel coating, but
Come on. Come on, look, it could fit a whole casserole in there.
It's a bean casserole.
Yeah, oh god.
No. I got someone, Jaded Cynic in chat, being like, no, that's 800 people in chat. I'm like, no, I know most of you knew what a Dutch oven is. I know there's some people in here who probably don't, so.
Yeah.
Right!
I think, do we have time for like one more round before we go out?
I felt like that was a very strong note to end on.
Yeah, let's
Let's end on that.
Yeah.
All right, subs, other things, disclosures. This was a sponsored stream. If you liked what you saw and you wanted to check it out, you can go to this link down here that takes you right to the Kickstarter. You can order your own copy of the game or try out the digital interface. So all of that stuff is available, and we really appreciate it. So thanks everybody for participating and joining in. And watching at us laugh about casseroles. Yeah. And this stream, like all of these things, is also hashtag sponsored by you at our Patreon. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Goodbye. Why do I cut this off for like
Paul,
the YouTube VOD?
That's
What's
probably
happening?
that's probably fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather will cut it wherever. Maybe here.
Yeah.
She's got a robot for that.
Now we let Paul take the reins.
Yes.
Hey, coming up, we have some sweet streams coming up tomorrow. LRMTG is going to be tomorrow. Presumably, they will be doing some sealed of Strixhaven or drafting, I guess. I don't know what the current format is for that. But Strixhaven, cool stuff. And then it's Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, where you are going to functionalize a foot pedal.
Yeah, that's right. I bought one of those foot pedals from a local thrift store. It don't work without drivers, and the drivers are bad. So we're gonna tear out the bad electronics and replace it with stuff that I control.
Ooh.
I
Nice.
realized only halfway through what you meant by foot pedal. For some
Oh, yeah,
reason, I
that's
was
right
thinking
here.
like there's something that powers a sewing machine.
Same
It's
tech.
got a big old pedal and forward and back.
Didn't
I want to
you-
use it for push to talk.
Oh,
Nice.
Don't you have one of those for your car driving already?
I don't necessarily need to analog push to talk.
Oh, I like the idea though of jam on the gas to talk. Like
Yeah.
It just gets
Hold on,
louder
I'm-
and louder and louder, and then soft.
I'm gonna need to clutch. I need to put it in the fifth to get my pitch up there. Yeah,
actually,
that
if you can get it to do a wah whenever you talk, just a wah pedal talk box.
just set it up so it's actually like a guitar foot pedal, so you can get like that going.
Next time on Rhythm Cafe.
You'll be a real motor mouth.
list of possible things.
And then on Friday, it is continue to play it forward with Death Stranding, quite possibly the finale.
Oh,
We'll have to see. Things are really popping off. I decided today. I decided to stop messing around doing side quests and actually do the thing that's like, oh, you have to go do this, otherwise everyone's gonna die. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that in a bit. I have other stuff.
Back
I
on
wanna
the
do.
critical path.
Yeah. So things are getting very, very Kojima all up in here. So,
I'm
I thought they've
excited.
been there.
well, he just kind of shows up every once in a while and like tells you a bunch of stuff that's going on, but everything is being revealed. We find out why everything is so weird. At least I hope.
Ooh.
I do.
Chat. The chat is letting us know that the ending is apparently like 3 hours long, so strap yourself in for a Kojima movie.
There's I think there's like literally a movie long cutscene or
Yeah.
something like that. It's
We're all just we're gonna get some popcorn and we're just gonna it'll be just hanging out watching TV. And then later on, it's gonna be Checkpoint Plus, which
If there's
hopefully
time.
hopefully the cutscene will be over by then because it's Beej and myself and Heather are gonna be talking about video game news. And then on Friday night, it is going to be the Friday Night Paper Fight. And we've got a super fun something we've done before, but not for a very long time. We're going to do, it's a $20 local game store challenge.
So if I could cut in here and describe what we did. Very early on Sunday morning, we sent Graham down with Wheeler, Nelson, Adam, and Ben. And before Yellow Jacket opened, they had the run of the store to themselves. And what did you guys do in there?
We built Pauper 60-card Pauper Singleton decks.
Ooh. Did you also fart on the singles?
No, thankfully, when Ed moved stores, he kept the casserole dish that I've been storing all my farts in.
So I love, what I love about this is that this thing is, it's, where it's Pauper, so it's limited to just the commons. But the other, it's got the other aspect of it where it's the local game store. So your limitation has this interesting additional wrinkle of what is at the store, which is an interesting variable.
And we filmed all that. So, and Matt is hard at work cutting together what's going on there, and we're going to show it to you on Friday. So it's going to be very cool. So please check that out if you like Magic the Gathering.
I've seen all their failures, and you will too.
And then on Sunday, Ian and Heather continue with Taiko Draw. Wait, no, they aren't.
Guess who kicked the dragon's ass? This guy. I'm
Nice.
free.
Yay!
That means Heather gets to come back to the office and get inside her radio,
Nice.
whatever that means.
Cool.
Find out on Sunday.
Yeah.
But when we're done,
We've got the next game for Is This Your Card? Doing the Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's a small game, again, from an indie company. I've played a little bit of it before, maybe. Just a handful of games, just at a casual level. And I think there's Warcraft stuff involved. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So you're bringing in an expert then?
Not for this one, but we may have a special guest moving through the weeks. Tune in to find out.
Nice.
tell Richard Garriott I said hi.
So, lots of cool stuff coming up. Loadingrerun.com/live is the place to go to see the full schedule. And now let's
Hang on, just before the subs,
yes.
I also want to thank Cut basically for publishing the game and bringing this to our attention, and TBH, the game itself. I want to thank David Malky for helping us get it set up for this, as he's the one who made the game. I want to thank Damn It Liz for helping make this a reality for us as well, and I want to thank Sarah, who's been in the chat all evening, doing a wonderful job keeping answering people's questions and directing them to the Kickstarter. Just like we say, you can go down below and check out the Kickstarter. And if you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube in the future, that link might also go somewhere else. So maybe just type it in and see what happens. Take it away, Paul.
All right, let's see all the awesome people who subscribed during this stream.
There she is!
Starting with a gift sub.
Congrats, Sarah. Hope you enjoy your time here. Who wants it next? Ben?
Sure. Why, of course. If it isn't Flat Haid for 33 months. Welcome back.
It's coming for 21 months. Thank you.
And we have, I believe, multiple birthdays here with Kilrin Cray and Fisticles. Thank you.
Or is it
Hey.
Fisticles?
Trenton got a sub too.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But seriously, I've read that sub as Fisticles the whole time, and I apologize if that was wrong. Beach, take it away.
Oh, Cyber Colossus. Oh, look, a bunch of lining up here. Cyber Colossus and Transpunk Archmage both having sub birthdays. Ben?
Speaking of new subs, BJ Derpy and Hang Kuwak are new subs. Welcome. Glad to have you. Good to see you.
Thanks to the Prince of Dorkness. You went off the screen, but you came back. Thanks for that.
Who's this bone jammin' Weedler?
That is
we're
not
talking
me.
about?
That is
Well,
an
it's
imposter.
certainly no damn it Liz.
Oh.
But she may or may not be that lady in plaid. I haven't seen what she's wearing today.
Evil Badman got that gift from the Maricat. Thank you. And hello, Evil Badman.
Drunk Owl. Welcome back for the 26th month.
Woo! Witchy win. They've been subscribed for 72 months.
You know what she loves? Some Subway cookies.
Ah,
You know what I love? The Midgard serpent, who's been here for 83 months.
Dang.
me and Blue Lore have a neutral respect that comes from knowledge of the other existing.
Nobodez returns for 5 glorious months. Welcome back.
I'm waiting. Oh, it appears I've malfunctioned for 88 months. Welcome back.
What we got here coming up? We've got Seismic Lawns getting a sub from Anonymous Gifter. Thank you both.
And we have something about a casserole gifted by the Maricat. Thank you.
To the left, to the left, to the right. Oh,
Hey, Travelog, welcome to the end of the line. Got
Snuck
right
in
in
there.
there at the end.
Hey, and thanks for an even 1,000 bits for Not King or Able, Magical Rider, Coreflux, Ferrobetter 27, and Xanto 69. Thank you so much, everybody. I believe that. Does that conclude our broadcast day?
Yeah,
Well, unless
I
you
don't
got a
think
bonus
anyone's
stream
on
now.
after us.
Oh,
That's it.
You can all turn off your computers and go to bed.
yeah. Good night,
Curse
everyone.
is
Finally.
lifted.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Don't forget to scrub your Zed pool.